talk to him, and
what does his brother say?
His brother's convinced that he was set up, and
set up, but he did pull the trigger.
Did pull the trigger? Yeah. There's two things there. It's like, okay, did he kill him? Well, yeah. Did he pull the trigger? Yes. But my feeling with him is that it doesn't add up. What he was before, and then what he was leading up to the assassination of Martin Luther King, and then what he was shortly thereafter, making his way to Europe. And this kid was this guy, not a kid, but this guy was a failed petty criminal. He couldn't even be a petty criminal successfully. Right? He was in and out of prison. It was nothing going on for him. And his ability then to turn himself into an apparently more successful individual, right? Leading up to that, going off the grid, he disappeared for a period of time, and then he ends up in Europe where he's arrested afterwards. Guy was never on a plane. Now he's flying to Europe, right? He never had any money to speak of. He's buying a car in cash. I mean, there's things that seem very odd, and not to mention just the general atmosphere, mood, context of the time. And I have no idea what organizations might be involved, but I'm more inclined to think that, to me, is something where I think there was a lot more to the story. I'm not saying that there wasn't more to the Kennedy assassination. I think it'd be great to find out, the whole story. But you compare the two, and for some reason I just find that the King issue more disconcerting.
What was the official story about his motivation to kill Martin Luther King Jr.?
He was just a racist.
That's it.
Yeah, basically there was no, and that was
highly motivated
racist who, decided somehow he was going to, engage in this activity. There was plenty of information about where King was at the time, right? He was on the news.
God damn it, Marlon.
Evening news before the day he was killed showed him standing outside the Lorraine Hotel, outside his room on the balcony. So, he had, if you just look at that, say, okay, well, he had information, he had access, he had the ability to gather that information. Just like Oswald did with Kennedy, right? And, Oswald, again, his connection to the Russians, to the Soviets at the time, very interesting. But, I'm not the sort of person to say absolutely not, right? That there was some involvement. I'm just saying, I haven't seen the credible sourcing yet. And that, to me, with what Tucker did is, you can't say I've got a credible source. It'd be like if I wrote an intel report. I told the agency I'm working on something, back in the old days, and write down, I got this great source, he's got access to this, the foreign ministry of this country, and then I get him shit. There's no insight, right?
No name.
I just say, he believes that this is what they're going to do. Well, the response would be from just an operational perspective. Why does he believe it? Who told him?
What would be the motivation that the CIA would have to kill Kennedy? I mean, part of it was supposedly that Kennedy was interested in disbanding the CIA, right?
Yeah, that had happened, if you think about it in recent terms, right? The CIA or OSS was disbanded at the end of World War II, right? So, there was precedent for it. It's not unusual that there's that talk in Washington on occasion. Shit, after the fall of the Soviet Union, there were very credible people in Washington, D.C. talking about getting rid of the CIA because we got a peace dividend now. Right? We don't have to worry about the Soviet Union anymore. Do we really need this? And these were credible people inside of politics and the government. So that cycle seems to every now and then there's a regularity of the agency. Let's put it up on a pedestal and fire a rocket at it, right? So
what's important about keeping the CIA around?
Well, it's not a benign world, right? There is nothing benign about the way this world works. And we'd love to think it's a community of nations, but it's not, right? So if we want to fly blind without any insight into what countries that are hostile to our interests, and there are a number of them, are doing, then I guess, you could get rid of the agency. The agency's primary function is information, is intelligence, right? And you gather that intelligence to understand the plans and intentions of others, right? Whether it's the Russians, North Koreans, Iranians, Chinese, whatever. And they are incredibly aggressive at doing it. So we could be very self-righteous and pat ourselves on the back and say, hey, fuck it, let's disband the CIA. And why do we need it? You know, it doesn't sound like it's a very good activity, and you know, I think we feel better about ourselves if we did. Nobody else is going to do that. It's not like it's not like this. Again, the Chinese aren't going to say, "Oh, you're right." Right? Obama had an agreement with Xi back in the day to you know, cease and desist on the shenanigans, economic espionage and cyber shenanigans, and of course they did. Right? In fact, they're more aggressive now and more sophisticated than they were even a few years ago. So,
Great.
You know, I guess it comes down to protecting our own national security interests. If people don't give a shit about that, then fine, have an open discussion about it. But I guarantee you, you know, we'll get hosed, you know, 9 ways to Sunday if we do that, because you've got to have insight. It's how you develop your longer-term strategies. Right? It's how you inform the administration, whichever administration, as to where the next threats are coming from. Hopefully you're anticipating those threats and you're not reacting. So, yeah, but again, you know, it's that sort of thing. Look, obviously I've got a particular point of view.
Right.
People expect that. But I'm just here to tell you, you know, it's not that sort of world where we can say, let's shut it down and I'll bet things will work out fine. There's a lot of actors out there who'd like to fuck us over. So that's just, you know, I don't know what other eloquent way to say it. I should have used that line in the book.
What we're worried about with other countries is them infiltrating our education system, infiltrating businesses, sabotaging us with some long plan. Do you think that United States intelligence agencies utilize the same sort of strategy with other countries?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, we better hope we're better at it, right? We better hope we're the best there is at it. Right? So the answer is, yeah, there's nothing new under the sun when it comes to gathering information. Right? It's not like, you know, yes, technology changes that, how you can, you know, signals intercept and all the things that you can do in cyberspace, but ultimately, what are they looking to do? What's the Chinese intel apparatus looking to do? Well, they're looking to provide any information to the Chinese regime that will allow them to get to and firmly sit atop the food chain, right? The global ladder of success. And at the same time, right, they're looking to, as part of that, they're looking to hoover up this information that will help their companies succeed, right, in a shorter fashion, bypass all that heavy cost of research and development and just go straight to the product or whatever it may be. They're looking to, look, they dominate, I mean, I don't know how many different ways we can go into this. They dominate the world's global supply of rare earth minerals. Right? Now, that's not the same as, you know, most people have no, I mean, rare earth minerals are not like cobalt or lithium or.
Ooh. Well, that's an issue. Any karaoke requests? Because this nigga late to his own stream again. Well, fuck. More George Costanza's in here. I'm already sitting down. Oh! Happy Derek Day, Joseph. Leviathan, I apologize for my sins. It was uncalled for, rude, and unacceptable. And moving forward, from now on, I will be a better person. Especially to Phil. HWT, thanks for apologizing to chat. These niggas are pathetic. You're old. Old is not handsome. You're just old. Well, great. I'm not mad at you being rich. That's fine. Yeah. It popped up and said South Africa on my phone. I said, all right. I know who this is. It's a long ass phone number with no dashes. It say your 277 thing, but it fucking when it started ringing on the front screen, it say 27 whatever, and then South Africa, because it tells me the state where the fucking call coming from, like I guess the area code or the country code or whatever the fuck they read. Because I know America won, because we invented the telephone. Well, then why are we one? South Africa, okay.
Hey, yo, y'all can't stand right here. In this right hand, what's your man's worst nightmare? Love of the verses right here, choke your strange. The game is not only dangerous, but it's more strange. I show rhymes like now, the one who keep casting brag about the broken times over rhymes.
Mexico's not so bad. I think I'd rather live in Mexico than fucking South Africa, to be honest with you.
Never seen the shit again, but he's still my nutty. Only thing I come between us is still the money. I show rhymes like down, the one who wants to keep cash and brag about the broken times. Better rhymes make for better songs, and that is not. You got a lot of what it takes just to get along. Surrender now, so for serious setbacks. Gotta get back in that sweatback and snacks. Even if you got some jet black heads and toe. Hit the dope, battle for bottles of old control. This squad flow team practice like time with Billy Rex. Or the two kind, really thanks. To the corner lost forever like, oh my darling, Clementine. You know it's hard when he telling rhyme. When is his time? I hope his soul go to heaven. You act like the old time, old number 7. It still takes it when you chase it with the Coca-Cola. Make her wish she couldn't race it out the roller. I told her, no print fall back. If you want what they got, then go get it. It's all a gag. Only in America could you find a way to earn a healthy buck and still keep the attitude of self-destruct.
I wasn't alive in the 50s, so I wouldn't know. Nightbot spamming about members. X and Y axis, a detractor meme. So how is everyone?
Only thing that come between us is kill the money. I sell rhymes like that. The one who wants to keep cash and tell about the broke times.
Nightbot's still spamming Patreon now. Eddie Van Halen, X and Y axis. Do you rock back and forth? X and Y axis most of the time. These are all trolls. Eddie Van Halen, I need to catch up on back taxes, be back in a bit. It's time. Not too bad. Now Van Halen back. Dome in chat. Nightbot spamming.
I'm smart with it. I give that special touch when I push it, because I'm also a label rep, and I don't allow no bullshit. So shush me, shush baby, shut your eyes. Lay your head back, shed the fear, and let the tears crystallize. I wish lies to land upon your forehead when I extract the essence from your head. Leave your body resting in your head. I'll let more dead accusations that ain't trying to get me. But for every killer, there's a reason. It's not just a reason. I watch the C-SPAN, waiting for the first state rap to take the first step to have you feel up to make this world perfect. Well, let's get shit right here, right now, right away, atmosphere, motherfucker. If I need to, I can fly away. I'll find you and we've proven that we've still
Double eggs. DSP Gaming, hey everyone, just gotta go to the laptop and we'll get started.
Practice uninterrupted. Try YouTube Premium on us.
Disaster stream already. There are new moderation options. What's this? from DSP Gaming. Still not on camera.
I wasn't as aroused because I was concerned for each one of them I worked. Every time I've been to work, I've got a lot to teach, but even more to learn. So now I keep my eyes open, hoping to take in all I can about woman, taking in all she can. As long as I breathe, I'll save a seat in my memory for that woman with the tattoo hands. There's good and evil in each individual, but I identify needs and feeds our desires. As long as we keep our spirit inspired, she can fight her body, live all she wants. There's good and evil in each individual, but I identify needs and feeds our desires. As long as we keep our
This nigga does not want to get on camera.
there's good and evil in each individual, but I identify needs and feeds our desires. As long as we keep our spirit inspired, she can fight her body, live all she wants. There's good and evil in each individual, but I identify needs and feeds our desires. As long as we keep our spirit inspired, she can fight her body, live all she wants. There's good and evil in each individual, but I identify needs and feeds our desires. As long as we keep our
Yeah, it's Need for Speed.
Dark Sea Deathful. Is that how you say it? Dark Sea Deathful? There's a Dark Sea Diesel. A Dark Sea Diesel.
My name is who? My name is
Dark Sea Deathful.
my name is who? My name is
Dark Sea Deathful. All right. Good morning, everyone. This time I'm ready for it. And welcome to the Level 1 podcast, where we are busy having fun down here on Level 1. Welcome, my
How's the
friends,
volume?
to a full, fun week of gameplay streaming, as well as vlogging and all other kinds of hijinks here on DSP Gaming. This week, a full week of 6 straight days. I know that last week was a shorter week with only 5, but this week we are back to our usual streaming schedule of Thursday to Tuesday. And this is going to be an interesting one, to say the least. At the same time, it's kind of an uncertain one right now. The reason I say that is because we're not even sure what we're doing yet, are we? In a lot of cases, like, we don't know what playthroughs we're doing. And if anything, I think that this week is going to be an important one, because this is going to be like the first full-fledged new week of the new year. You know, no ongoing endless playthroughs from 2022. We finished the year-end series last week. We are moving full forward, full force into a new gaming year, which is great. At the same time, we're faced with many questions about what games I should play. Right now, there is no major definitive answer to that question. There's a lot of options. And I think we're going to talk about those today, because what we really need to do on today's podcast is hammer in exactly what we're doing this coming week. So that way we actually know what to expect, when to expect it. And people will start, determining, hey, I want to go to this stream, but not this stream, depending on what they like, what they don't like, right? That's the cool thing about being a variety streamer, is today I play one thing, tomorrow I play something completely different, and it's different strokes for different folks. Some people like certain kinds of games, others like others, some like one but not the other. So you come by the stream when I'm doing something that you like, right? And I'm down for that. I like that. I like having different audiences that will drop by. The question is, what am I doing? So that's what we got to determine today. We have many options. We have many things to discuss on today's show. I actually came up with another idea or two during my day off yesterday, due to your suggestions. We're going to talk about these this morning. The way I see it, in a nutshell, because we're not going to get to this yet, but in a nutshell, we are absolutely doing Viewer's Choice starting this week, and we're going to announce the winner this morning. So you guys are going to absolutely know what Viewer's Choice is this today, and we're going to lock it in. We're going to start it this week. We absolutely should continue on with another survival horror game. Okay, I think we should. We're about to finish Resident Evil 1 Remake, and that's great, but we still have time, namely about another week and a half, until we get to Dead Space Remake. And with that on the horizon, we do have enough time for another horror game. The question is, what game? And a lot of people have thrown around different ideas, and we're going to talk about that today as well. And then I want to do a new game. So I want to do a kind of a retro Viewer's Choice, a throwback survival horror, or survival horror in general, and then I want to do something new. All right? Now the question is, what will the new game be? Because we have many options that we need to start discussing. And also, of course, the question is going to be, once we determine what each game is, how does each game get covered? What games are daytime streams? What games are late night streams? So we'll get to that in a bit. That's actually going to be one of the major things we do on today's podcast, is having this open discussion. I'm open to taking your feedback and trying to figure this out, because we need to start setting in the schedule. Right now, we only have like a day or two set, and people are so confused, and I agree with you. I'm confused too. Okay? All right. So there you have it, guys. But before we get to all of that, before we get to the scheduled discussion, before we get to, if we have time for it today, game news, because I actually have several game news stories that have happened over the last 24 hours that I can talk about, it's time for a little segment that you and I like to call Phil's Day Off. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Today on the Level 1 Podcast, it is my return day for my day off yesterday. I was not here. I hope that you guys had a good, safe, and fun day. And if you watched any content on the channel, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed it. What's funny is, I will say this. A couple days ago, one of the topics we talked about on the last episode of the podcast was a possible YouTube bug. That apparently YouTube videos were not getting proper viewership, and or the algorithm wasn't working properly. And it was confusing certain people who make big videos. They're like, man, my video usually gets 1 million views. How does it only have 200,000? This doesn't make any sense. So come to find out, I have to, after having looked at all the video performances this week, I think it did happen, because there was one particular day when all of a sudden it looked like video performance didn't really live up to expectation, or not even really expectation, but what it usually gets. When I was playing Resident Evil 1 Remake, literally every video in that playlist has gotten 1,000 views. Every single one. People are really liking that playthrough, and they're watching it, on demand on YouTube. All of a sudden, 2 days ago, I played it as the main stream, 3 videos. Those videos don't even have close to 1,000 views as of now. And the question is like, what? Why? What changed? It's the same playthrough, the same commentary. Does it matter what time of day I played it for the on-demand viewers? No. So how is it that those videos would have had way less views? It doesn't seem to make sense. Same thing with the exact day before. Remember the day before I tried Need for Speed Unbound? And kind of the same thing happened. It looks like about a 48-hour period there where all video views were skewed and screwed up. But then all of a sudden, it looks like YouTube flipped the switch and it's working again. Because I can tell you the One Piece Odyssey videos, the daily wrap from the other day, hell, even the YouTube short that I did to say, hey, it's my day off, but please send me suggestions on games you want to see, all those did fine. In fact, I'd say some of them actually maybe got a little bit higher views than I expected. So, yeah, it seems like maybe YouTube fixed the issue. I would hope, because again, we don't know what caused it. As I told you guys, I didn't think the issue would affect me in a big way anyway. I mean, it hasn't. At the same time, it's a little disheartening if someone's been watching the entire Resident Evil 1 playthrough, and for some reason the last 3 parts they didn't know they existed. Maybe they didn't get it in their subscriber inbox or whatever, because YouTube is all screwed up. I don't know. But it looks like now things are back to normal. So whatever. We move forward positively. Hopefully it doesn't affect anything else that I do moving forward, especially this week with potential for a new game and everything else going on. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, yesterday was my day off, and as I had told you guys a couple days ago, it was going to be a hectic day. So yesterday on my day off, I had multiple appointments, lined up all for this one particular day. The way that it worked was we actually had to start like hurrying. Like we got up in the morning and we immediately needed to like start getting ready. I needed to get food, and my wife, getting ready for the day out and everything. So basically the way we planned it was thus. The night before, we decided, let's order food. Let's have it get delivered. Just a couple sandwiches, nothing special, right? Just something quick. Let's have these sandwiches delivered relatively early, like right before 11 a.m. And yeah, that's early for a sandwich, but what are you going to do? So we're going to eat, and then my wife will get ready. We'll head right out the door. We got our first appointment, but we have to drive to get there. It's like a 45-minute drive. So we got to drive to get there. And then after that, we have another follow-up appointment. We got to do another one there. And then after that, then we got to go grocery shopping. And then after that, we got to bring all the shit home, unpack it. And then when that's done, then finally we start having our day out together. And this is what I tell you guys when I emphasize, when you only have one day off a week, it really is stressful sometimes, because this is the day where my wife and I just want to sit around and relax together, or maybe go out and do fun stuff together. And instead it's like, well, this is the only day we got off, so we got to do this and this and this and this and this first, and then we can finally get to doing something considered, day off, stuff. So here's what happened. We ordered the food, and it's supposed to arrive around like 10:40-ish a.m. so we can eat and then get ready. It's like 5 before 10:40, and we're looking. Nothing has happened. The order has not been acknowledged by the restaurant. No one is going to pick up the order. It's just sitting there. And we're like, what is going on? So we're like, of all the days for this to happen, it has to happen on the day when we're in a hurry. We have appointments we have to make. So I end up calling. Well, I take that back. I end up contacting customer service for the delivery service, and they're like, we don't know what's going on either. Let us call the restaurant. So and by the way, this is a restaurant we've ordered from many times before. We have never had an issue with this restaurant, so we don't know what's going on. So they call the restaurant, and I'm on hold for like 5-10 minutes, and then they get back like, okay, so the restaurant claims they're having some technical difficulties today. However, don't worry, they're making your order. It'll be done shortly, and then they're going to get it on its way to you. So you should see an update soon, in the app to show that, someone's coming to get your order, and then it's on the way, and then you can start tracking it. I'm like, all right, you say so. I guess we'll sounds good to me. So I said to Kat, I said, you know what? You might as well just go start getting ready for the day, because we don't know how long they're going to take. It sounds like they screwed something up at the store. She's like, all right, I'll start. When it shows up, let me know, and I will come eat. So, she came upstairs. She started showering, getting ready for the day. And I'm just downstairs kind of relaxing, hoping for the best, looking around. I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and there's no update. So now it's like almost 11:30 a.m., and we've got to go within an hour. If this food isn't there immediately, what are we going to do? So I end up contacting the customer support again, and they're like, all right, at this point, we don't even want to contact the store again. They already lied to us once, obviously. So we're just going to, cancel your order and give you a refund. And I'm like, well, that sucks. That doesn't really solve the food problem, but obviously I'd rather get my money back and get screwed over here. Who knows what's going on at this restaurant? All right. So I said, okay, yeah, let's do that. So they said, okay, we're going to cancel your order, give you a refund. They cancel it, and then it says the refund amount is $10 less than what I paid. And I said, what? Like, what is that? So then the agent says, oh, don't worry. As a special courtesy for your inconvenience, we're going to go above and beyond in this situation. We're going to give you an additional $10 credit, so that way you have bonus money to spend on your next order with us. I was like, okay. And then it said, here's your 10. And I looked, I was like, but now it's the amount that it was supposed to be for the full refund. So I went back to the agent. I'm like, let me get this straight. You're going to give me a full refund and you're going to give me a $10 credit. Yes. So the full amount was this. The $10 credit is this. So you should be giving me this, but you gave me $10 less. And then they were quiet. And then all of a sudden they go, well, that's because there's non-refundable taxes and fees. And I was like, what? What are you talking about? There's non-refundable taxes and fees if I willingly chose to cancel my order because I felt like I didn't want the food anymore. You can't charge a customer taxes and fees for an order that was not fulfilled. This is on the restaurant side, not mine, and it's on your service to take that hit, not the customer. Like, that's actually illegal. You can't charge a customer, right? It'd be one thing if I ordered the food, halfway through the order I canceled myself. Then there's a non-refundable fee because you made the restaurant make the food, you made everyone get involved, get working on an order for something that didn't happen. You can't just do that to the customer. That's actually illegal. It violates law. Okay, so I was like, you can't do that. So I don't know what you're saying, but you obviously don't even understand how this works. So, what are you going to refund me? And they were like, well, we're going to give you the full price and the 10. I was like, but that's not what you're giving me. Look what you gave me. Like, what are you saying? Like, you told me one thing, you're doing another. That's completely dishonest. So just, like, okay, well, let's reword it then. We're just going to give you the full refund for your order, and that's it. And I was like, okay. I mean, that's all I was asking for. I wasn't asking for anything extra. You're the one saying you were going to give me something extra. So here's the funny part about all of this. I know why this happened. If you guys aren't aware, any person who works in one of these customer support jobs, all right, their performance is graded by a post call or post contact survey. When you fill out that survey, you're supposed to tell that company how well they did. And based on those ratings, that actually can determine how those people get rated at their job, if they keep their job, if they get a raise, all that is actually based on their overall feedback. Okay. So what I think this person was doing, which is pretty damned underhanded, whenever there was an issue with a customer's order, they would tell the customer, I'm going to give you an extra refund on top of it as a way to make the customer feel like this customer service agent was going above and beyond. Therefore, the customer would think, oh, they did me a solid. I'm going to give them a great rating. Or I'm going to go to the survey and give them all 5s or all 10s or whatever the highest rating is. In reality, this person was a dishonest scumbag. This person was lying to the customer, saying, I'm going to give you extra. And all they would do is refund your order minus $10 and then give you the 10 back that you were already owed and act like they did it out of the kindness of their own heart to help you. There is absolutely no way a business can charge you for a service never performed, especially if it's out of your power. This business that I ordered the sandwiches from obviously didn't know what they were doing. Maybe they were understaffed. Maybe their system was broken and they couldn't get the order. You can't charge me $10 for that. That's not my problem. That's the company delivery service has to deal with that, not the customer. It's illegal to put that cost onto the customer. So that was hilarious to me. I'm like, wow, that's interesting that you have a customer support agent that apparently is gaming their own system enough to up their own ratings and then, lying to the customer outright about what they're giving them. That's crazy. To me, all I ever wanted was my money back. That's all I was looking for. And this person just kind of screwed themselves over with their own behavior. So anyway, I did get my money back. And then I said to Kat, I said, well, what do you want to do? By now,
it's a little early
it's
for
like
a sandwich.
11:45. We got to be out of this house by 12:30 at the latest. We got to go because we have 2 appointments, and the appointments, like I said, about 45 minutes away. And she's like, well, what can we do? I was like, well, what's close? But here's the thing. When I first moved here, when Kat moved in with me many years ago, we used to get some fast food every once in a while, and we used to get Taco Bell. And Taco Bell's right down the street. And when we used to get them, they were all right. Usually the food was decent. Now listen, Taco Bell is not great food. It's not authentic Mexican. It's not even American. I don't know what you want to call it, diaper food. It's like someone put dehydrated, ingredients inside of a soggy damn diaper, shook it around, and tossed it on top of like a fucking taco shell. It's pretty gross. But at the same time, it's kind of like guilty food. It can taste good if you just douse it in the sauce and stuff. It's not that bad. So we used to get Taco Bell all the time. But what ended up happening was over the years, Taco Bell declined in quality. The last time we ate Taco Bell, I told you guys about it. It wasn't even something we were planning on doing, but I think our dinner had gone wrong or something like that. And we were like, let's just get something quick. So we went out and we grabbed Taco Bell, and I had gotten, what was it? Chicken chalupas. I go to bite it. I'm like, why is it hard? The chicken was like a rock. The chicken was like eating like dry, hard shoe leather. The chicken must have been like from the morning and sat around, and they just fucking gave it to me anyway. It was the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten. I was like fucking vomiting. I was like, this is so nasty. So after that experience, and by the way, I should say this too, Taco Bell's prices used to be cheap. Like Taco Bell would be the place you go when you want to save money, but grab something quick. Grab a sack of tacos, grab a quick combo meal for like $5. A combo meal at Taco Bell after tax is over $10 now for the same food. It's not even filling. Like their food quality has gone down, their prices have skyrocketed, and nothing there is good or filling. So it's kind of like they lost their branding almost of what they used to be. So she's like, why don't we go to Taco Bell? I was like, Taco Bell? We just went there like 3 months ago or whenever it was. Do you remember how bad it was? And do you remember what we paid? Like we paid 2 combo meals, whatever, it was like $25 for shit food that was disgusting. I was like, dude, there is no way I'm going to Taco Bell. I'm sorry, but there's no way we're wasting. That's like, I might as well just eat the money, right? Roll up the money, eat out of your wallet. You get a better quality. So she said, why don't we go to this other place down the road? It's a fresh Mexican place. It's this fresh Mexican food. Now, the thing was, we had recently already eaten there, but we were in a rush. So she ended up getting a chicken burrito, and I ended up getting a chicken torta, which is a Mexican sandwich, which I'd never gotten before. By the way, like $15 for our meal, for both of us together, versus $25 for 2 combo meals at Taco Bell. Okay? So I got a chicken torta, and what it is slow-cooked marinated chicken, all right, on a fresh-baked giant roll with lettuce and guacamole. And I was a little nervous because I was like, wow, it doesn't really sound like it has much on it. Perhaps that's going to be dry or, oh my God, I bite into it. First of all, the thing is effing loaded with meat. It weighs like a pound. I was like, damn. But this thing is certainly, people are saying I should have the old man yells at cloud image. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I have to complain. So, Taco Bell sucks. Okay. So anyway, I pick up this torta, which I've never had before. I take a bite. The flavor is insanely good. Like this marinated chicken is bursting with flavor. It is juicy as hell. I was like, whoa. Like this is the opposite of what I was expecting. And even though it only had very little guacamole on it, it was a good contrast to the other flavors. I was like, this shit is good. Like I was blown away. Now, sadly, Kat wasn't as happy because she wasn't looking for Mexican. So she ate about half of her burrito. I mean, it was still a good burrito. It was just chicken with like some beans and rice together. And hers is still good, but and that's not what you're looking for, and you end up kind of just doing anything to rush. You might not have as good of a deal. Okay. So anyway. So then we were off, and we went to our first appointment. All right, and then we went to our next appointment, and without giving any specifics, I think you may be able to figure out what one of those appointments possibly was. I'm just saying maybe there's something here that could be a giveaway as to what one of those appointments were. All right. The eye doctor. I went to the eye doctor. Obviously, that's what it was. They had optometrists. Okay. So anyway, that was one of the, we had multiple appointments to do, and we got all that done. And now we're like, okay, well, now we're going to go grocery shopping. And it's kind of a bummer because near where our hairdresser is a grocery store that's the same chain that we've been going to now for several months. But we tried going to it once, late last year when we had our haircut last. And this version of the grocery store is terrible. I previously ranted about this in a previous episode of Old Man Yells at Cloud, where I talk about how sadly in the United States franchises just aren't equivalent. You'll go to one store that's the same store, you'll go to a different one that's owned by another person, and because it's a franchise, one is like crazy good and the other is just shit. And apparently there's no standards that are upheld between stores at all in the United States. And that pisses me off because how stupid is that? That sadly you can't trust what anything's going to be. You know what I'm saying? So instead of just being able to go to the grocery store right next door to where we already were, we had to drive back to our area another 45 minutes and then go to our local version of the grocery store, which we know is good, which was a great call because they had all the stuff we wanted, fresh baked stuff, all so good. So we come home, we unload everything, and we take a look at the clock, all right? It's basically almost 4 p.m. already. And we're like, dude, it's 4 p.m. We haven't even done anything we want to do yet today. We've been so busy doing all this other shit. We're like, well, let's get going. So we go out the door. Now, one of the things we wanted to do was Costco because we had to catch up on a lot of things that we were running over. We were running low on a lot of commodities in the house that you save a lot of money if you go to Costco to get. So we went to Costco and we were running around. We grabbed all the things we were low on. And one of the things we got was, we never done this before, we got their Danish, okay? Usually we get muffins. We're kind of tired of their muffins. So we actually got Danish, okay? Apple Danish. And they have 3 kinds. They have apple, cream cheese, and I guess almond flavored. But we got the Danish, the apple Danish. And we're going to try it later on in the day, which I'll tell you about in a second. But so we got that. And then we were done with that. We're like, okay, what are we going to do next? So we had like an agenda of things we were going to do that was supposed to be more fun, as opposed to doing menial tasks all day. But it was already 5 p.m. You know, it's the sun's going down. So like, what do we want to do? So we went to one place, and by the time we were done at that place, Kat's like, she's like, I'm just tired. You know, we've been up since like 9 in the morning, you know, moving constantly, doing stuff. You know, I'm beat. I want to go home and relax. I was like, I mean, I don't blame you. I felt the same, but I was hoping that we could tough through it and still do some fun stuff. We were like, nah, I'm with you. Like, I'm fucking beat too. What a day that we've had, and you know, we didn't get to do anything. So yeah, we ended up like, well, I guess we're gonna go home. So we did. We ended up going home, and we did order dinner. All right. So we ended up ordering Indian food again. We had actually just had Indian a few weeks ago, but we really didn't feel like going through a giant menus of other places to figure something out. So we ordered Indian food for dinner. The good news was I had the full refund from earlier in the day from the sandwiches that never got delivered. So I ended up using that full refund towards the order, so it wasn't that much more expensive. You know, it was maybe a few more dollars. And she got a chicken tikka masala with naan bread, and I got a lamb biryani. So who knows what biryani is? Rice. Eddie Van Halen actually said rice. You're absolutely correct. It is a rice dish, an Indian rice dish. What they do is they take their basmati rice, but they stir fry it with a good combination of vegetables and spices, and then they'll add a protein depending on what you want, or veggies. So I said lamb. Oh my God, it's so good. So previously you could have seen me eating this on a Feasting with the King from last year where I ordered Indian food. We hadn't had biryani ever before, and I got it, and I was blown away by how good it was. So I ordered that, and man, it was so good. And the good thing, they can do so much. I had leftover, and we saved it, so we have, you know, like a snack of it later. So that was good. I would say out of the whole day, all right, that was good. We had a good dinner. But outside of that, it was basically like stressful, you know, the food being screwed up earlier in the day kind of threw a monkey wrench into our plans and made us be stressed out because we were trying to rush. We had to have a, you know, a last minute switch of food that we didn't really want. And then we were just running around all day doing appointments and grocery shopping and shit. And by the time that it's time for us to have fun. We've already been, you know, out and about doing shit for like 8-9 hours. Like, we're tired, you know. And that's the problem with only having one day off a week. I want to have more than one day off a week, and I just can't right now. You know, there's no way I can do that. Hopefully in the future I will be able to, but for now I'm just kind of stuck the way things are. All right, and you know, it is what it is. I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm just saying, you know,
Yeah,
that's
boring.
life, and hopefully things will get better eventually, right? Because now I feel like I didn't have a day off. I'll be honest with you. I really feel like I didn't have a day off. You know, yesterday after dinner, we sat down on the couch for maybe like an hour and a half, and we were watching a different playthrough of the Callisto Protocol. You know what we're gonna do? We talked about it. We want to watch someone play Dead Space 1 before the remake comes out in a couple of weeks. Because if I watch someone play Dead Space 1, I can remind myself of everything in that original game. Now when I play the remake, right? Now we'll have that direct frame of reference to compare and say, oh, that was in the original, that wasn't. This played like this in the original, this, you know, that I feel like I should do that. But the thing is, I don't want to play the game again myself because I'm about to play the remake again. So I certainly don't want to play it twice. You know what I mean? But maybe watching someone's playthrough of it would be pretty neat. So that is, you know, what we're going to do. And we're going to probably start soon. We're actually watching, like I said, someone play Callisto Protocol now. They'll be done within like another 1 or 2 days that we watch it. And then we'll probably start watching, you know, almost a Dead by Daylight, a Dead Space playthrough. So that was our day off. Now, there is a follow-up. I had one of the apple danishes as a snack. Dude, those apple danish are really good. All right, just like the muffins at Costco are really good. The apple danish was really, really good. It was, you know, fluffy, full of flavors, like a croissant style bread, but it's just flattened out and they put the apple filling on top, and then they frost it with some of the oh man, it was effing good. I was like, I'm so glad we got these. I never had anything like that before from them. Like, this is good shit. So now I will have apple danish all week for breakfast probably, which I'm okay with. That's good stuff. Okay, so anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that has been this week's edition of Phil's Day Off, which is pretty much equivalent to exactly how the day was. So next week, I'm hoping I'm having a better day off. Like, really, next week, I hope I don't have many or any appointments. Hopefully, we're both up to feeling like going out and actually maybe doing some of the stuff we were supposed to do this week and just didn't do because we were too beat. I guess we'll see how it works out. Sometimes, though, it's just better to stay home. What I mean by that is, you know, we'll stay home for the day and just order food in, and I run out and I do the errands quickly. Like, if I need to go to the pet store or I need to go grocery shopping, I just do that during the day. And for the most part, Kat stays home, and then we stay home and relax, and I watch her play a game. And, you know, we do relaxing stuff. So maybe we'll do that next week. I guess we'll see. You know, I guess we'll find out. Okay. But anyway, that's our day off story. Very exciting. I did actually open the window and yell at a couple of clouds during the course of the day, which was good. And all right, it's out of the way. Now, folks, here's the deal. I tasked you right there, you. I tasked you with thinking about what games you wanted to see me play over this next week, because now we got to figure this out. All right, we're down to the nitty-gritty. I finished all the playthroughs from last year. All right, they're all done. And now we need to start up with new playthroughs. The first new game of this month that I'm really interested in playing is the Dead Space remake. We got 2 weeks before that comes out. Okay? So with 2 weeks left before the first major new release, we got to figure out what I'm playing. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, allow me this morning to announce to you the winner of the Viewer's Choice Poll. It is absolutely official. 100,000 million %. As of this morning, I'm announcing that the Viewer's Choice playthrough is shit what? Hold on. Okay, the Viewer's Choice playthrough. Where the fuck is it? The Viewer's Choice playthrough is The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. What? You know, the thing that led the poll the entire time, I mean, it's not very dramatic or much of a surprise. That poll has been running for about a week, and over 2,300 votes. 2,300 votes came in. That is awesome. I'm happy that people spoke their mind, and thank you to anyone who participated. All right. So I think it was like 36, 37% of the vote was for Oblivion, while about 27%, 28% roughly was for Fallout 3. You know, so that's cool. That means that you guys wanted an open world Bethesda game again, no matter what. I'm down for Oblivion, but again, I have to preface this saying the following. For Oblivion to work, this has got to end up being an interactive playthrough where you guys are going to show up, engage with the content, help me with the playthrough, because I don't know anything about Oblivion. I haven't played it in like 8-9 years. I don't remember anything. You know, I never did a full playthrough of this game. This is something that I'm going to need a significant amount of help with to understand the gameplay mechanics, to understand, you know, where to go, what to do, what are the meaningful quests, etc. All right. Just like with Morrowind. With Morrowind, it was kind of the same deal. I told you guys, I don't get it. I need your help. And you guys helped me. I played Morrowind for a couple of months there, and it was quite a fun playthrough for the times that we were playing it. So with Oblivion, I am down for doing this, but I need you to buy in and show up and engage and help me understand this game. And yes, since Oblivion is going to be a lengthy playthrough, let's be honest, Elder Scrolls games are long. All right. I would hope that people would support the playthrough as well in various means. There's so many ways you can support that playthrough, whether it's liking streams, liking videos, leaving comments during that gameplay, whether it's super chats and super stickers, memberships, gifted memberships, tips during the streams, super thanks on the videos when you're watching them on demand after the fact. There's all those ways you can support the Oblivion playthrough. All right. Now, when is Oblivion starting? Right now. Let's do it. Let's start playing it right now. No, it's not starting right now. It's going to start this weekend. How soon will it start? Well, that we don't know yet. We're about to talk about that in a couple of minutes as we talk about what other games I'll be playing. All right. But let's talk about that in a second. But it's starting this weekend. At the latest, Oblivion is starting this Saturday. At the very latest. All right. But I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver, because tomorrow we may be doing a new game depending on your feelings, and we're going to talk about that in a second. Okay. So Oblivion begins this weekend. I'm excited. In fact, I already had a couple people contact me and said they're very excited for this playthrough. They can't wait for it to start. One person said they might even work on some custom animations for the playthrough. Remember last year we had Skyrim animations? Well, apparently someone's excited. They want to make Oblivion animations. I'm down for that. Having nice Oblivion animations on the stream would be pretty sweet, I feel. Okay. So there we go. Let's get excited for that. Saturday at the latest, maybe earlier, but we'll talk about that in a second. Okay. So Oblivion's locked in. Now this leaves us with a question or questions. What else do I play? Well, let's currently look at the other games I'm playing. Right now, when we finish with the Level 1 podcast, today we're going to be playing Need for Speed Unbound. All right. Now, allow me to give you my thoughts about this game after having played it for 3 hours the other day. I like the driving mechanics. I actually like the map of Chicago. I think that driving through Chicago is a neat idea. It's a very fun city. And I actually like the graphical style, even though a lot of people are critical and saying, oh, there's like cell shading effects that's tied in with these realistic driving graphics. It doesn't work. I personally actually think it does work. I think it looks nice, okay? However, I'm not a fan of the whole racing, fast and furious hipster style culture. Bro. Oh, look, I have a goatee, but it has to have 3 little mini ponytails coming out of the bottom, and my hair is blue, and you know. I'm not a real fan of that, just being honest, okay? I grew up in a conservative household, you know. We churned our butter every morning, you know, and, you know, we said our prayers and went to church. I'm not into that kind of stuff, okay? That's great. No, I'm not an ultra conservative, but that's pretty funny to say that and see if people would react to it. I couldn't even get through it. Obviously, you know, if you look at me and my history, I'm certainly not a conservative guy. But the point I'm making here is that whole lifestyle, that whole culture, I'm not a part of it. I've even told you guys this in the past. I'm not a car guy. I never was. I knew people who were like that. I knew people who were into the whole car culture. They were 100%. I buy a car and I trick it out and I put a new muffler and a new sound system and lights and rims and all kinds of crazy shit on my car and everything. And they're so into it. And I'm not. I was never like that. That completely just went right over my head. And you know, I remember one time my friend said, go to a car show with us. I was like, all right, fine. I went to a car show and they're like blown away. They're looking at cars and doing all this. I was like, what are we here for? Like, what is this? Like, what's the big deal? We're looking at fucking cars. And they're like, free. Oh, look at this car. Look at that one. It's crazy. I don't even understand what we're doing here. But anyway, that's what this game is. Like, this game is ingrained in that culture, right? Now, I do have a follow-up in regards to the playthrough in particular, graphics and performance on YouTube. The graphics of the game, I was nervous that when I played it, it was not going to look that good. And here's why. My old capture device, whenever I was playing a game that had a lot of action going on, what would happen is my CPU on my computer would max out at 90-something%. I'd get error messages in my capture device saying, error, error, you know, you're maxing out your CPU. And what ended up happening is it would get choppy as hell. The frame rate would like plummet and tank. And so you'd be trying to watch me do an action-packed playthrough, and all of a sudden it would be like freezing and stuttering and unfreezing. You'd miss entire segments. You'd see teleportation. You're like, oh, this is terrible, right? This isn't good. When you're seeing a lot of action, you want the full frame rate. That's frustrating, right? But with this new capture device, man, am I pleased. It doesn't do that. Instead, you keep your full frame rate. But what ends up happening is it pixelizes some of the stuff going down on the screen. So it makes it a little blurry. Would you rather have a little bit of blur, but you can keep track of everything going on because it's full frame rate? Or would you rather have a slideshow? I would much rather have the full frame rate and a little blur. And I actually think it worked out well. The big feedback I got on the videos was, wow, this looks way better than your old setup for this kind of stuff. Very good improvement. This is excellent for the future. So looking good, like looking positive, right? I was very pleased with the way the videos turned out. I was actually kind of worried. Remember, multiple times when we played this the other day, I was like, man, if you saying the CPU is getting high level, I wonder how it looked. But no, apparently it looks really good compared to the old setup, okay? That's the positive. Now it's time for the negative. The negative is Need for Speed Unbound has 100% licensed soundtrack music, meaning all the music in it is real licensed tracks from artists. It's not like cinematic. It's not made specifically for the game. This means the entirety of the playthrough will get 100% claimed on YouTube, and I will make absolutely positively no ad revenue whatsoever on any videos of Need for Speed Unbound that I put out on YouTube. Instead, it's the record labels whose music is used in the videos who are making money on my gameplay. Does it make sense that some fucking record label that owns the rights to a song where I go makes money on my video? I'll give you a little hint. No, it doesn't make any sense. They don't fucking own my video or the rights to it, but that's how YouTube works. YouTube says, oh, you use this song, well, they get your entire video. Supposedly that is going to change this year from what was said by YouTube. They're starting up a new program. And what's going to happen is these music companies are going to sign up for the program. And now if you get content ID claimed by one of those companies, they will take a percentile of your income. Essentially what it is they're taking a usage fee for you to use that music in your video. You'll still monetize, you'll make less because they're going to get a cut of the ad revenue while you keep the majority of it. That sounds like a fair agreement to me. Now, oh, I stole your entire legal rights to your video because you used the song where a guy goes, it's music on a microphone. Anyway, so if you can't tell, I don't really like the music of the game. Anyway, so here's the deal. Normally with a playthrough like Need for Speed Unbound, I'd be like, hey guys, it's a hot new game, but I want to do the right thing. I want to leave the music on because I want this to be representative of the game experience, and I feel like the music adds to the game experience, and it's definitely something that if I turn off the music, this game would be hindered and probably wouldn't be nearly as good. I did that for the Grand Theft Auto trilogy, HD trilogy that came out over a year ago. I told you guys I'd be willing to leave the music on because I think that would add to the playthroughs right now. In some cases that bit me in the butt because some of the videos got muted because of it, which is really stupid. But for the most part, people really like those playthroughs because I did leave the music on, right? But I made no money on those. It was the only revenue I made was on the streams, not on the videos. I made nothing on those videos whatsoever because they were all claimed on YouTube. And I actually saw at a time when normally I would get a big increase in income last year, I didn't get it, all right, because I did that with those playthroughs. So in particular with this one, you know, I look at those first 3 videos and I'm like, damn, you know, that sucks that I got nothing out of them on YouTube. I wonder, should I mute the music? I don't know. On the flip side of that, I'll be honest, these videos did not do well on YouTube either. Out of the 3 gameplay videos I did of Need for Speed Unbound the other day, only one of them even hit 1,000 views, and that was part 1. It seems like people watched part 1 were like, wow, this sucks, and then never went on to part 2 or 3. So I'm not feeling the demand. We are going to play this as today's mainstream and see, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was mistaken, or maybe people just weren't here for the first stream for various reasons. We're going to give it a second shot today. Today is the decision stream for Need for Speed Unbound. If today we get good viewership, good engagement, good support, and everyone seems to be of the impression they want me to keep playing Need for Speed Unbound, then I will continue to play it. If by the end of today's stream we notice that there's dwindling attendance, dwindling engagement, you know, dwindling support, and no one really cares about it, we're not going to continue with Need for Speed Unbound. Today will be the final stream. Keep in mind, I didn't buy it. I'm on the 10-hour demo or the 10-hour preview via EA Play. So it's no risk to me to play it one more time, and I'm not losing anything if I decide not to play it. You see? So there you go. Let's see how it goes. Let's play it today. Let's see how it is and go from there. I'm not going to say we're absolutely retiring the playthrough today. I'm just going to say, based on the performance earlier this week, likely there's a strong chance this is probably the last time we're playing the game. Well, let's see what happens today. Okay? Okay. Later tonight, on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, ladies and gentlemen, it is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022 Warzone 2.0 Battle Royale gameplay. That's a big mouthful. Basically, I'll be playing Warzone again. It's fun when I play it. You guys have been giving me these challenging bounties to fulfill, and sometimes I do it and sometimes I don't. Sometimes there's tons of suspense building up to see if I can do a good run or not. Sometimes right out of the gates I do a good run, and sometimes I don't. It all depends. I'm excited to see how it goes tonight. Will I get my second win? I was so effing close last time, remember? I was so close, and I still didn't get it. Man, I was second place. But I blame myself because that was me mismanaging my items and not knowing that you could stim yourself to life through gas. I had no clue. I would definitely be excited again tonight to see how it goes. I hope you'll be here tonight. If you like the Warzone stuff, it's going really well. And I hope that you will join me tonight for more, okay? Now, tomorrow, Friday the 13th. First of all, I strongly recommend you stay away from any kind of campsites or lakes. You better lock your doors. And by the way, check your closets and under your bed for any guys in like jumpsuits and wearing like, you know, hockey masks. If you have any machetes, I recommend that you hide them or you bury them for the day. Any sharp object, you know, keep them away. Friday the 13th, some bad things tend to happen on that day for some weird reason. I'm not sure what it could be. Also, if you hear a guy going, Jason, run for the hills. But anyway, tomorrow is Friday the 13th. Tomorrow is up in the air because I don't know what I'm playing tomorrow, okay? We have some options. Option number 1, all right, is that we play the new release, which I previewed 2 days ago on my late stream as the late night demo. It was One Piece Odyssey. All right, so I have a few things to say about One Piece Odyssey based off of the 2 hours of gameplay I did the other night. The graphics are great. They look just like the anime / manga in a 3D environment. The frame rate is great. The detail is great. The fighting style of the turn-based combat is very representative of these characters from their lore of the manga or anime. The gameplay elements seem to be right up my alley. They're classic JRPG with a little bit of a twist. There's like fighting styles with strength, technique, and speed, and they're like a rock, paper, scissors kind of a counter system. And in addition, there's elemental weaknesses as well. I think it was fire, ice, and lightning. And there's also some unique system where you can combo enemies into each other by knocking them across the stage into different areas. And then you can, it's like bowling. You hit the enemy in front, they roll back and hit the other enemies and do additional damage and stuff like that. It seems pretty neat, and it seems like something that I would really enjoy at length. You know, I like classic turn-based style JRPGs. I always did. I grew up playing them, and this is an opportunity to play a hot new one at launch for an IP that a lot of people like. A lot of people like One Piece, okay? Now, here's the thing. I know that I have not played any major One Piece games in many years, so I'm well aware that there probably isn't like people who are giant fans of One Piece who are actively watching my stuff. If it is, it's just a coincidence, right? I'm not someone who follows anime or manga, so it's not like, oh, those people are not going to watch Darkside Phil play One Piece Odyssey because he's known as that guy. I'm not. It's quite the opposite. The one thing I would say is it looked really good. It looked exciting. The plot looked interesting. It is a standalone plot that is separate from the anime or manga, meaning you don't need to really have prerequisite knowledge to enjoy the game. At the same time, since I know a lot about these characters already, it is kind of an additional thing. It's cool that I kind of know some of the stuff about these characters, okay? So, I played this for 2 hours the other night. Now, it was the introduction. It was kind of slow moving because they were introducing the gameplay elements. But by the time the demo finished, which was about a 2-hour demo, I was like, wow, that was like seriously good. I had a good time with it. I was enjoying the plot. I was liking all the characters. I liked the world design. I think I'm going to really enjoy the creativity of the enemies, much like Dragon Quest XI and even Yakuza Like a Dragon. It's going to be like that where it has some comedy to the enemy design and everything. I was really having a good time, but the audience was split. All right, we had good attendance. It was actually really good attendance for this demo, but it was like a 50-50 split. 50% of the audience that like turn-based RPGs was like, wow, this was actually a treat. Phil enjoyed it. You can tell he's really genuinely liking the gameplay elements and everything. And this is the kind of open, chill playthrough that Phil likes. Take a look, again, reference Dragon Quest XI, Yakuza Like a Dragon, this last summer, Final Fantasy VII. It's in the same vein as those playthroughs where I know I would like to play this game at length and just chill with you guys when we do it and have a lot of opportunity to enjoy both the plot and side content and all of that. It would basically be a chill stream mixed in with everything else that I'm doing. At the very same time, if I were to play this game, it would have to be a balance between main streams and night streams. It couldn't just be night streams. I need to emphasize this because some people are like, oh yeah, play it, but do it as night streams only. I'm like, wait. The main plot of the game is 30 hours long. If you do side content, the game can be 40 to 50 hours long. Do the math. If I play this 2 times, even 3 times a week, let's say I played it 3 times a week as a late night stream, that's 6 hours of gameplay a week. What if the playthrough is 50 hours long? Do the math. You're talking like 8 weeks, right? 8 weeks. You want me to be playing this for over 2 months through the next couple of months when we're going to have other big high-profile releases and all of that. You want this to be half of my night streams. I don't know how that would work. And to be honest, I don't think I would be doing it that often either. If it was exclusively night streams, I'd probably play it like twice a week. So that's 4 hours a week. What are you going to do? Play for till the summer? Of course not. So if I were to play this as a playthrough, there would have to be balance. There would have to be some times when it's played as a daytime stream, and sometimes it's played as a nighttime stream. We would kind of alternate depending on the things going on during that week. If there's high-profile new releases that week, those would obviously take priority and be the daytime streams, and then One Piece Odyssey would be pushed to the night, but then sometimes it would come back when we have opportunity. Okay? Okay. So here's the thing. Initially, I was torn because the audience was torn. Half the audience was like, wow, looks like Phil would absolutely like this, and we'd like to see him play it. And then there was another half of my audience who were like, nah, I don't like turn-based RPGs. Oh, it's anime. Ugh, anime. Ugh. And you get the idiots who come in, oh, look at boobs. Look at this boobs. Boobs. Like these idiots have never seen women before in any kind of Japanese culture, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, the Japanese have a thing about women and boobs. They do. For some reason, every anime, almost every girl has to have like giant boobs, and they're always in your face, and the women are like half dressed. All right. With One Piece, some of the guys are half dressed too. Like there's a guy who's wearing underwear, like he's wearing a Speedo. Okay. But this is how they've always been. This is typical of Japanese culture. This is to be expected. All right. You can't avoid it if you do things that are Japanese centric, anime. This is always part of it. All right. Guess what? It's always been like that. I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. It's time to grow up a little bit. Sitting on someone's stream who's playing a One Piece RPG. Oh, boobies. Like, what are you, 4 years old? Like, the fuck is your problem? Yeah, we get it. We're not blind. You have to fucking talk about it every 2 seconds. No one gives a fuck. besides you. You're the mouth-drooling idiot. So here's what you do. You say, before you type, here's what I want you to do. Put your hands in your pockets like this and just shut up. Because no one cares about you spamming my chat with dumb shit like that. Like, you sound like a fucking idiot. Okay, anyway. So, I liked it. I was like, wow, this would be a good playthrough. It's JRPG style. I love JRPGs. It's an anime/manga that I enjoyed previously in my life. Haven't watched it or read it in a long time. And I was like, this would probably be something really good. I bet people would like this playthrough. But it really seemed live the audience was torn. It was like a 50-50 split on if I should play this game or not. Okay? So what I tasked you guys with over the last 24, well, actually now it's a little over, probably almost 48 hours, was to let me know, what did you think, and do you want to see me play the game? So here's what I can tell you. All right? The views for those two videos aren't great, but the views also aren't terrible. Like, I was actually thinking no one was going to watch it. It was contrary. I think each video right now has between 1,000 and 2,000 views. If I'm correct, I can refresh my page here. Take a look. Let's see here. If YouTube feels like refreshing anytime today. Yeah. So I think part 1 has like 1,400 views, and then part 2 has 1,500 views. So that's not bad by any means. It's okay. It's not, I'm not gauging everything on views. I don't. But at the same time, you want to at least have an idea.
He doesn't want to be Mr. Views.
And I would say based off of that, it does look like there's interest. Because if there was no interest, that thing probably would have tanked. It probably would have been like only a few hundred views and nothing else, right? So that's not the case. That's a good thing. And what I would tell you is distinctly during my day off, I got a bunch of comments. I said, please comment on that YouTube short that I made and also on the Daily Wrap and let me know what you think. And here's some of the comments that I got. And I'm going to paraphrase them. I'm not going to take exactly word for word. Some people were like, why are you going to listen to the negative people on that late stream? You know from your history that you've done many successful playthroughs of JRPGs, right? Again, just calling some out. Dragon Quest XI, Final Fantasy VII, other classic Final Fantasy games, Chrono Trigger, Earthbound I just played over the last summer, right? Yakuza Like a Dragon. And therefore, you know that if you commit to the game and you play it in your usual style, you'll get an interactive audience that'll likely show up and they'll want to see this playthrough. I actually got a couple people who distinctly said, if you play the game, we will actually show up and support this playthrough every time you're playing it. We're going to do our effort to show up and support it because we want to see it. And we'd actually be sad if you skipped it only because you had a bunch of kind of negative people on that premiere demo stream saying don't play it, all right? And again, here's the thing, and here's what you guys got to understand, is if I choose to play the game, all right, I'm in control of it, and it's not like I'm saying, oh, we absolutely have to play it every day, or it has to be a mainstream every day, or even it has to be a nice stream. I have the ability to flip it around, depending on how it's going. Maybe one week I want to play it a little more, maybe one week I want to play it a little less. Maybe one week we've got too much going on with new releases and we can scale it back a bit, but then another week that's lighter, we can have it come back more strongly. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad that I have that ability as a variety content creator to control that. It's not like just because I'm saying I'm playing it, then I'm committing to doing it every other day. And now if you don't like JRPGs, you're screwed because there's so much JRPG content on the channel, it's overloading you. That's not the case, you see? So, kind of overall, the mentality I got was, if you are going to enjoy it, and if you have confidence in your audience because they've supported you before and they've allowed you to play these JRPG style games in the past, then why would you start second guessing yourself now? Okay. Now, interestingly enough, someone left me an insane, huge, giant diet. It was like a Shakespearean sonnet. It was like 40,000 words. All right. I think if I went to print it, I'd actually need to buy a stack of printer paper to do it. All right. But I skimmed through what this person had to say. And basically, here's what this person said. They basically said, why are you second guessing yourself 15 years into doing this? You are someone who's been around the block. You're someone who has a channel that has survived, years and years of other channels being, knocked into oblivion. You're even one of the relics of the past in a way because you survived a content style that most people don't do anymore, right? Yeah, I'm still able to make a living doing it. So if you are the survivor of that, why are you worried about playing a game like this? Like every time you played it, it seems to work out. You don't go extinct just because you're playing a JRPG. And basically, I should be more assertive. I should be making the decisions. I was actually called out to don't even ask your audience what they want. That's a sign of weakness because it shows that you don't have the strength and determination to determine what's best for you and your channel. You should be making those authoritative decisions yourself. Be a man. Step up and say, I am playing One Piece Odyssey. How dare you even question that I would play it or not? I want to play it. I, big man, ooga booga, yes, DSP Gaming, One Piece, play game, have fun, you know come, you big dick. Okay. What's hilarious about that is, without even exaggerating in any way, that was exactly how I used to act many years ago. I used to say, I'm the YouTuber. I'm the guy who's popular. I'm the guy who has hundreds of millions of views. My shit does not stink. Do you understand that? I'm smart. That's why I'm big on YouTube. That's why I got the views and the popularity and not you. Let me make these decisions and you keep your criticisms and suggestions to yourself. I'm not kidding. I used to be that pig-headed, big, egocentric, stubborn idiot. I don't ever want to go back to there. All right? I want to be someone who has changed for the better, and I always cherish your input and your feedback. I need that because I feel like the more input and feedback and constructive criticism I get, the better I can be. Take a look at me right now. A 40-year-old man, but unable to maintain a YouTube channel that I do full-time with an awesome interactive audience. Look at the improvements we made. A cool camera. Look at this awesome border, the lighting, right? Look at it. Just look at all that's around me. This is way better than I deserve. All right? I'm just some schlo. I'm no special guy. I'm just some idiot on the internet, and I've been doing this for 15 years somehow. How? I don't know. You tell me. I guess I'm either lucky or the stars aligned. I don't know. But I'm still doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm no better than anyone else. At least I know that now. And I'm just grateful to be able to do what I love. You know? So I look at all of that, and I'm like, the only reason I have all of this is because of you guys, right? You guys support me. You guys allow me to do what I love. You guys continuously find ways to help out and keep this going, and I really, really appreciate that. Again, at a time when all other YouTubers have turned into paid advertisements. I got to advertise a game. I got to play fucking Raid Shadow Legends. Here, Dollar Shave Club. Oh, here's a bunch of Japanese knives that are made in China, but advertise them anyway. Here, become a lord or a lady and own land over in Ireland, and it's not even true. It's a scam. Everyone doing that shit, right? I don't have to do any of that because of you guys. I'm so happy, right? So thank you for that. And that's why I cherish your input. When I'm in a situation like this week, I don't know what to play, okay? I always want to take in your feedback. I always want to listen to my audience and say, please tell me what it is that I should be doing. Please give me your feedback, all right? When it comes to One Piece Odyssey, I'm hearing about a 50-50 split. If there's no screaming over here, don't play it, and there's no overwhelming yes, play it. It's kind of like there is a group that would absolutely love to see me play it, and there's actually a couple vocal people in that group saying we would come and support those streams if you do it. But in the most part, there's no definitive yes or no answer here, okay? And so it's hard for me to make an ultimate determining decision in a quick manner. It really is. Like, I was thinking about it my whole day yesterday, and I was like, should I play this game or not? And I'm like, well, would I enjoy it? I almost guarantee you I would enjoy it. It looks like it's going to be, again, right my style of game. We're going to have a nice, relaxing time when I play the game. We're going to be interacting and having a good time, talking not only about the game but other things. It's going to be one of these cool interactive playthroughs that I really like doing, okay? And I'm down for that. Also, it's a JRPG. It's the only JRPG I'll be playing during this time period. Will I be playing Oblivion? Yes, that is completely different. It's an action-based Western RPG that plays so differently.
Over the damn wall.
Entirely. It's almost a different genre, even though technically it's still role-playing. Okay?
This is we don't even pay rent.
So the way I see it is, as long as I can get enough of a consistent audience, just like I did with Earthbound, just like I did with Final Fantasy VII, if I can get those same people to buy in and say, we will show up for One Piece Odyssey, and we will, engage, chill, support, all those things that are important to success. It's not just one, it's literally all those components that make a playthrough work. Then I'd be willing to play it, okay? And I'm seeing, even literally right now in my chat, there's a split. Some people are like, no, don't do it. I'm not going to be here for it if you don't do it. And there's others that are like, nah, it looks interesting. It looks good. Yeah, you should do it if you think you're going to be interested in it, So it's kind of tough. It's tough for me to decide. Also, it's it's a $60 game. This is no discounted game or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The way I see it is, if I play it, all right, I would just hope that the people that are now saying they'd be interested will actually be here for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is basically the first new game of the year, and it would be a shame if I say I buy it, I start playing it tomorrow, and within 3 streams, we're down to like less than 200 viewers. That would dishearten me. Although those less than 200 viewers are still engaged and having a good time, it doesn't really matter. As I told you, viewership is just a number. On YouTube, it means nothing to me. I don't care. As long as people are enjoying and engaging and supporting, and that playthrough means something and fits into my model of content creation, then I don't see the problem. But that's the thing. We need those factors to be hit, you see. Battle said, I'd rather see you play a game that you like than play a game that you have to, but you're only playing it because it brings in tips. Not to say that I'm not already doing that, let's be honest, with Warzone. I don't love Warzone. It's growing on me. I think I'm getting better at it. It's not torture every time I play it. But at the same time, I'm not in love with it. I tell you guys how critical I am of the gunplay. I think that the servers aren't that good, But Warzone, hey, you guys love it. People challenge me with those bounties, and it's very fun to hit them. That's kind of what that is. So if we already have a game like that in the rotation, right, maybe I do need to balance it out with something that's kind of like 100% enjoyable to me. You know what I'm saying? Hold on 1 second, because I think I need to open the window. It feels kind of hot in here. It does. I don't know why it does. I swear the window's all the way open. It is hot stuff. I'll turn the fan on. Let's turn my fan on. I don't know. Maybe it's just a warmer day outside. I'm not sure. But I'll turn the fan on low. Get a little bit of circulation here. Anyway, so here's the deal. I'm going to make my final decision by the end of today. But as of right now, I am leaning towards playing One Piece Odyssey. I think it makes sense if I'm going to be playing a game that I know I'm going to enjoy, and you guys, it's a split audience for sure. But if we can get that commitment, right, that people are going to enjoy and chill with me, then that's fine. And again, it doesn't have to be a main gameplay stream every day, but it doesn't have to be a chill night stream either. It could be like maybe one day it's a day stream, and then later on in the week it's a night stream, and we alternate between. Okay, now here's the other factor in all of this, okay? We're about to finish Resident Evil 1 Remake. There's only about an hour left in the game, so I'm definitely beating it when I play it again on Saturday night. But we still have a gap in the schedule, so what do we play? Well, in my opinion, there's 2 options, okay? Option number 1, here's the thing, I want to play another survival horror game. I've decided. I really like Resident Evil 1 Remake. I want to do another survival horror game before the Dead Space Remake comes out in 2 weeks, okay? So the question is, what will the survival horror game be, okay? Excuse me. Wow, it's really disgusting. I'm sorry. So here are the options that I am weighing and balancing. Option number 1, Resident Evil 0. Why 0? Because it's a prequel to the mainstream trilogy of Resident Evil games. I've only played it once before, and I think it would be fun to replay Resident Evil 0. I just do. I'll be honest with you, I remember one segment, you're on a train. That's all I remember about the game. I don't remember anything else. Okay? So Resident Evil 0 that would be the one that I want to replay if I replay another Resident Evil game. However, if you're not aware, all right, there is another game that came out last year that I didn't even know about. Apparently, this game is a throwback and homage to classic survival horror. And apparently, it's on Game Pass. Did you guys hear about this game? Hold on. Okay, ready? Hold on. Allow me to remove my camera for a second because it's huge and blocking everything. Okay. It's called Signalis. Okay? So apparently this game has been on Game Pass since October. I didn't even know it existed. All right? If you take a look at it, it literally looks like old school Resident Evil in the way that it plays. And apparently, look at that menu, right? Reminds you of like either Metal Gear or old school Resident Evil. Okay? And look, pick up the King in Yellow. Does that sound familiar? Kind of sounds like a Resident Evil puzzle, doesn't it? Apparently, the game is very good. Read this. A classic survival horror experience set in a dystopian future where humanity is covered in dark secret, unravel a cosmic mystery, escape terrifying creatures, and scavenge an off-world government facility as Elster, a technician replica, searching for her lost dreams. Okay? So this sounds to me like a modern take on classic survival horror. And it came out in October, and I missed it. I didn't even know it existed. And someone recently was like, dude, if you want to play survival horror stuff, why don't you just play a new game that you missed out on in October rather than going back and playing another Resident Evil, which you just did? Okay? So that's definitely something that I would consider. If you guys think that Signalis would be a good playthrough, then I would be down to check this out. It's funny because some people in the chat are like, yes, this is a good game. Yes, you should totally play it. Yes, this is the right choice. This is interesting that people are saying that because, again, I swear I never even knew what this was until people started suggesting it this week. They were like, why not play Signalis instead? So if you guys think that would be better, then we can do that. So I guess here's what we need to decide. Decision number one, are we going to do more Need for Speed? Excuse me. Are we going to do more Need for Speed Unbound after today, or is today the final stream and we retire it? We tried it twice. Okay, good enough. Move on. Number two, tomorrow we play One Piece Odyssey. Okay? And number three, what's the next survival horror game? Is it going to be Resident Evil 0, or is it going to be Signalis? We have to make a decision on these things. We have to make all of these decisions today, because then we can formulate the schedule. Tomorrow, am I playing One Piece, or are we starting up with the viewer's choice playthrough, right? We have to figure all this out. All right? So let's all think about this together today. Let's all get opinions going. Let me know your thoughts. I'm already seeing some people giving some good thoughts here. And let's determine by the end of today, that way tonight when I make the schedule, we can have a good idea of where we're going for the weekend so people will understand. All right? Sound good? Now, normally I would do game news. We don't have time. Instead, we're going to get shout-outs now. We have absolutely no shout-outs on the YouTube side of things. So instead, I'm going to get right into tips. And let's see what people have to say in their tips today. We start off today with a $5 tip from Ultra Super Snow Carl Turbo HD Remix. I gotta say, I don't know how you do it with One Piece Odyssey. Here we go again. Here you go. What is it with all these Japanese artists always creating characters with huge, over-exaggerated boobs? I mean, it's just a thing. It's just a thing with them. Seriously, take a look at anime. For some reason, it's like normalized in their culture. They don't even. Here's the weird thing about this too. Did you know the Callisto Protocol was banned in Japan because the Japanese deemed that the death animations in the game were too gory to be released in that country? I just want you to think about this. The death animations in Callisto Protocol were deemed too gory, right? So they couldn't be in the. They couldn't sell the game. Yet literally all the sexual stuff is 1,000,000% allowed in their culture. No problem. They don't give a crap about that at all, right? It's like, geez. Anyway, it's confusing for sure. It's a weird double standard for sure. But yeah, I don't know. And again, I'm not gonna let it distract me or bother me. I don't care. It's a freaking game with anime characters. Great, big deal. Is it stupid that the women are like that? Yeah. It's also stupid that there's a dude wearing a Speedo too. You know, it's a lot of dumb shit in it. But you get to a point where you realize it's so normalized in that culture that it's not a big deal anymore. And I'll tell you right now, idiots that come by and they're gonna try to talk about it constantly and everything, they're just gonna be shown the door. Because that's not what it's about, obviously. We're not stupid. I played Final Fantasy VII. No one, you was standing there talking about it all day. You get banned too. You're stupid. I'm not going to be distracted by stupid idiots in the chat. That's not what we're here for. This is not the dark side Phil of 2010 or 2009, constantly commenting on it and doing stupid shit. I've changed a lot in the last 5-6 years. As you know, we're doing a serious playthrough of the game. If you have an issue with that, go watch someone else out there who's going to literally comment on it every 5 seconds. That's not what you're getting here on DSP Game. Okay. Continuing on. $1.30 tip from Anonymous. I'd like clarification. You mentioned you feel like you shouldn't be held accountable for things that Pascal said. Am I understanding out of context? But you can rob a bank, but if you don't get caught 10 years later, it's okay. No. Boy, this is silly. Okay. Here's the thing with cancel culture. Okay? Cancel culture seems to be of the impression that people literally never grow, change, or improve over time. Okay? So let's say, for example, someone does something bad in their past. It's identified. It's recognized publicly. And they do the time for the crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've already been called out, and or that person has made an effort to actively change, so they're not like that anymore, right? So then why are you now going to hold them accountable for things that they did so long ago? And the other difference here is actual crimes versus just being kind of stupid and silly and immature, right? Just because someone said dumb, offensive jokes or did something dumb in the past doesn't mean that they're going to keep doing that in the future. They very well could have changed as a person. Why are you now going to act like something that happened long ago is the current state of things, right? Right? Are you telling me that people don't have the ability to grow, learn, and change? Why do you think that just because something is on the internet somewhere, that is a black and white moment in the definition of that person, and they will always be that forever? That is a puerile, immature, childlike mindset. That is someone who doesn't understand human nature. That is someone who thinks that everything is like right and wrong, black and white, superheroes versus supervillains. That's like, you're a dunce. You basically have no life experience to think that way. And that's cancel culture. That's, look at someone from 100 years ago and tear them down for shit they used to be. That's ludicrous. That's not fair. People change. People become better. If that wasn't the case, okay, why even have a criminal justice system at all? Why even have jails? Because that person will never reform or change. So why even have it? Why not everyone who ever commits a crime, why don't we just put them on a rocket and launch them off to fucking Jupiter? Because they have no hope of ever becoming a better person, right? Just get them off the planet. That's ridiculous. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And that's essentially what this is saying. All right? Now, here's the thing. If someone committed heinous crimes, murders, massive money embezzlement and shit like that years ago, and they got away with it, and it's within the statute of limitations, right? We caught them, and we can still prosecute them for this heinous crime that they committed. That's different. Okay? That's a little different. But what I'm talking about with this cancel culture shit and, people being held accountable for stuff they did in the past, you're talking about, okay, someone made some stupid jokes, right? Did they directly hurt anyone, right? Did they act, and the thing is, there's people out there who've done far worse than some of these people have done, and they're okay. They're fine. I mean, holy shit, we just saw a Keemstar documentary last year where this guy's done some of the most heinous things I've ever seen on the fucking internet. So the shit he gets away with. But then, someone made a sexual joke 10 years ago. Let's fucking hang them by their balls now. It's like, what are you talking about? Right? It doesn't make any sense at all. So that's what I mean about this stuff is, no, if someone has actively changed, it doesn't do that stuff anymore. You should not be going crazy about stuff that's happened in the past. I feel like people can grow and mature and change for the better, and they should have that opportunity to do so. Something that you did that was a mistake in the past, especially if you publicly acknowledged it was a mistake. You know what I'm saying? I look at my past and I cringe, and I'm embarrassed at it. And we've done retrospectives where we go back and we look at that old commentary, and I'm like, it's so immature. But it was a different time. I was trying to appeal to a teen audience on YouTube. That was it. Today, I don't appeal to a teen audience. Did you know teenagers are less than 1% of my overall audience on YouTube? If you're a teenager watching this right now, you are in the drastic minority. The vast majority of people who watch my content are from the ages, I think it's like their early 20s to 30s and the mid 30s to 40s. And then it goes up from there older, like 50s to 60s is the next age range. And then the least age range I have is teenagers. All those teenagers, they go watch the viral YouTubers, the popular people. I'm not appealing to that audience. I don't have to do dumb, immature shit that I hate anymore. I don't have to pretend to be someone I'm not. That's great. I've changed. I'm not that person. I don't want to be that person. So why are you going to yell at me for shit I did 15 years ago? Like, are you out of your mind? Oh, think about this. For you, 15 years ago, right? Whoever you are right now, whoever I'm talking to right now live to you, or if you're watching this on demand, think about who you were 15 years ago. Are you the same today? You might have been a kid. You know, you're in your 20s, 15 years ago, you're probably a child. Are you the same as you are today? Gee, when you were a child, you did something bad. Should you be punished for it when you're in your 20s? Does that make any sense? Of course not. But for some reason, cancel culture is dumb and doesn't understand that. You know? There you go. Anyway, let's continue. I hope that explains. I hope that makes sense of what you were asking me. Anonymous tipper. Let's see here. We got a $3 tip from, hold on. Can I get the load? Gamer Guy, to me $3. And which I will enjoy your Oblivion playthrough. I'd also enjoy another retro playthrough of Fallout 3 or New Vegas, especially because they look good on Xbox, or Dragon Age Origins, taking back to simpler times. Just a thought. Well, excuse me. We're definitely not doing New Vegas. We just did that 2 years ago. I don't know if you're aware, Gamer Guy. I don't know if you were around 2 years ago, but we just did a full playthrough of that. And sadly, it happened right before they updated the game to run good on the Series X. So I played it, and it was still 30 frames. We did a full completionist run as well with all the DLCs and everything. And it is unfortunate it happened right before they updated the game, but it did happen right before they updated the game. So if I ever go back to that again, it's going to be long in the future. But Fallout 3 is always a possibility. There's absolutely no way I'm doing 2 Bethesda games at once. You know, I mean, we got realistic here. I am a variety streamer. I'm not supposed to be playing the same kind of game 5 times. So, okay. Snow Carls did the dollar and says, looking forward to One Piece. Who's your favorite female and male character, respectively, and why? You can just pick Luffy, by the way. You know, I don't want to answer that until we play further into the game if I choose to play it, and here's why. It's been so long since I played it, or since I read or watched, that I'm forgetting the personalities of the characters. Like, I couldn't tell you the difference between Nico, Robin, and Nami right now. I just couldn't. I don't remember how they act or whatever. We have to watch more. I have to experience more of the game than I can even tell you. As for the male characters, like I said, like some of those weren't even in the part. Like Brooke and Frankie weren't part of the crew when I used to watch. So I don't even know how they're going to factor in. You know, Zoro was always the badass, like the ultimate badass of the crew. And so he was kind of like my favorite at the time when I used to watch it back in the day. But I don't know if that's going to be the case in this game. If maybe he's changed. Who knows? You know, you won't know. I won't know until I play. So I can't answer that after a 2-hour demo. Okay? Shout out to Ponage 101, who has to be $10. Did the animation out there. Thank you, Ponage. And Ponage says, have you ever heard of the Breakers fighting game, a collection of 2 games that released today? It's $20, though. Maybe you could be interested if it's on Game Pass. Yeah, I've never heard of this. What is this? The Breakers fighting game? No. I guess that one, I completely missed it. I didn't even know it existed. So, yeah, I have to admit, right over my head on that one. Thank you, Ponish, for the tip. Maybe I'll have to look into it. I also received a $15 tip from the Dutch Brothers. So I think this is actually the biggest tip of the day. So let's say Dutch Brothers. Dirge. Sorry about that. The heinous misspelling. Absolutely egregiously misspelled. I'm sorry about that. So the Dutch brothers took $15. Let's get their animation. And it says, okay, I'm happy for One Piece. I'm surprised you have a ton of playthrough views, but only a couple comments. I don't get it. Why? Have a great stream. You know, I couldn't tell you. I did approve all YouTube comments since yesterday, and I did go through and I picked. I didn't pick, but I approved the ones that weren't obviously offensive. But I didn't necessarily look at what individual video each comment was on. I did notice a lot of comments about the One Piece playthrough, but I think some of them were on the Daily Wrap and some of them were actually on the YouTube short that I put out as well. So I think that the comments were kind of dispersed among all three of those sources, which is fine, obviously. But yeah, I don't. It would be great to get more comments. Absolutely, more comments on my videos, the better. Getting an active discussion going, the better. I will say this: the comments on the year-end series are good. Like there's a good amount of comments on those videos, which is great. That's what I wanted. I wanted to have, a good healthy discussion on my picks for the best and worst of the year. Dozens and dozens of comments on those. So, okay. So I received a $1 anonymous tip. Says Metacritic is saying the One Piece game is a 76. Fans of the series are saying it's a really good game. However, overall the criticism is that it's slow paced. Well, it's a JRPG. I mean, you know of a JRPG that's fast paced? I'm kind of like, yeah, that's the genre, right? They're kind of slow burn games, right? I mean, I couldn't even tell you of a JRPG that I think turboed through anything. But and again, I think that will be very fun to experience with an interactive audience. Okay. Gamer guys to the dollars. Important to note, many reviewers are claiming the first 4 hours of One Piece are going to be very hand-holdy. After that, the game will actually open up. The difficulty will go up a bit. There's costumes you can equip to change characters' outfits. For example, their first appearance outfits rather than their updated outfits from the time gap. I see. That would be cool. I think I would prefer the older outfits, quite frankly, because those are the ones that I'm actually used to. Some of their new outfits, I'm like, what the hell are they wearing? Right? But okay. And I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, Gamer Guy. Got another $1 tip from Anto Kumaru. In the West, gore and blood is glorified. Meanwhile, anything sexual in nature is seen as childish and pathetic. But in the East, gore and blood is deemed too intense, but things sexual in nature in media is normalized. It's like night and day. It's honestly baffling when people in the chat and you say sexual themes in games is stupid for people with no social lives or lore of their lives because it's a gross generalization. Again, I'm not saying, okay. Again, you're generalizing what I'm saying. All right? Here's the way I see it. Okay? It's like everything in life, it's all about moderation, correct? And there's a certain level of judgment you got to use when you determine if something's being moderate or it's being way over the top. All right? I'm playing High on Life. And there's a running joke in High on Life that the character who plays your sister is getting into a romantic relationship with an alien. At first, you could think, oh, that's kind of funny, awkward comedy. It almost sounds like a sitcom, right? It could be kind of awkward, funny, maybe some Judd Apatow style comedy or whatever, right? But then there's a whole scene where it's the two of them arguing about having sex and they're shooting goo on each other. I'm like, wait. You've gone too far. That's stupid. You get to the ultra extremes, and that's when you're like, okay, it was funny the first time I heard it. As a running joke, it works. It doesn't work when we have a fucking 5-minute scene having to hear these two argue about having sexual intercourse. It's disgusting, basically. Like, come on. You see? So that's what I mean. It's about moderation. I'm okay with gore. I'm okay with sexual themes as long as it's moderate. When you start pushing it as the selling point of your game, that's when you're kind of getting ridiculous, right? There's certain games out there that people are, that's what they think of when they think about the game. I mean, Catherine, right? That's a game where the whole plot is about a guy who's in a love triangle between multiple women, but then somehow there's fucking puzzles where he's a sheep or something. Like it's like the gameplay doesn't even make sense. Obviously you're in a stupid love triangle storyline that it's supposed to be sexual themes for adults, right? So it makes sense if that's what you're looking for, but that's what I mean. Like, where's the game? And that's why I criticize that game. But anyway, you see the point I'm making. It's about clarification. It's about moderation. It's about not going over the top in any one direction. It's okay to have these things as an element of a piece of entertainment, as long as that's not the sole source. If it's going to be the sole source, now you're pushing towards, 18 plus level content. And that's for anything, for gore, sex, whatever it is. you're pushing towards the extreme. And if that's the case, fine, but that's not kind of an all audiences style content that I do. I'm not going to be playing adults only rated games here on DSP Gaming for any reason. It doesn't matter if it's gore, sex, whatever. That's not what I do, you know. So I have to make sure that what I'm doing is moderate as well. You understand? But the point I'm making is, if I'm going to be playing a game and I'm enjoying it, right? And you can see I'm enjoying it from a moderate perspective. I'm not going crazy in one direction or another. To then start doing, who's your wife and who's your baby? Do you have a crush on any of these girls? What do you think about the big boobs? Like, dude, you sound like a fucking idiot. You are an idiot for saying this dumb shit on a stream that obviously is not wanting to discuss that, is not thinking about that stuff. Again, there's tons of content creators out there who probably are of that mindset, will play these games in that mindset. And if that's what you want, go over there to that style of audience. That's not me. I'm making content for people in their 20s and 30s and sometimes 40s. I'm not making content for a dunce teenager who's going to sit there thinking about what, you know, who they want to beat off to later. It's fucking gross. All right? It's not DSP gaming. You mean like Rich? I wouldn't even know because I don't know what kind of content Rich puts out outside of the memes that I hear. I've never watched any of Rich's content, so I'm not going to say that. That would be kind of unfair. I don't know if he does that or not. I don't know. But you understand what I'm saying, right? Okay. I got another dollar tip. Thank you for clarifying. I agree with what you're saying. Excuse me. I agree with what you're saying. I don't think leaving videos and clips is helping you. I guess I could go either way. I don't know what he's talking about. He gives haters something to fall back on. Have you considered reacting to It's a Gundam video? No, I don't even know what you're talking about. That all I have to understand, again, this is another one of those guys, much like Mr. Matoker, much like other people. All I've heard is over the years, this guy is a piece of shit to me. I have no idea who he is. I literally have never seen a piece of content from the person. All right. From what I don't understand, it's just one of those real negative, toxic people on the internet who makes crappy content. That's all toxic, negative, attacking style shit. And every once in a while, when he gets bored, it's time to make fun of DSP again. So I guess after a while away, he made another video about me. I don't care. I'm never going to watch it. I don't give a fuck about the guy. He's a fart in the wind to me. You know, I'll hear about him today, and I'll never hear about him again until the next time that he rears his ugly, perverted head to say something dumb about me again. I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. And, you know, he doesn't exist. He really doesn't. He's just another one of these fucking drama creators that no one gives a fuck about. Okay? Okay. I got a $2 tip. A lot of the folks will go, a lot of the people, yeah, here you go. This guy has it right. This guy is 100% correct. I completely agree with this anonymous tipper. He's a lot of the folks that say dumb shit about boobs and stuff in your playthrough, like when I was playing One Piece the other night. They're the same people who do derail your content at any point and say things like, oh, Phil is married. And, you know, they've been making this joke for years and it stopped being funny years ago. Ignore that mess. Just enjoy the game. Thanks for playing a JRPG. I'll be sure to support it if you play it. There you go. By the way, don't ever think that my game selection, my personal selection of a game that I want to play will be affected by those idiots. Never. The dumb memes and everything. If I want to play a game and enjoy it, I'm going to fucking play it and enjoy it. And I'm not going to let those dunces ruin it for anyone. For me, for my viewing audience, no. Absolutely not. These immature people want to come in here and act immature. They're not going to be here anymore. It doesn't bother me. Let them go to their restreams. Let them go to their circle jerking communities. Let them go to It's a Gundam and all these fucking idiots and let them do the jokes there. They're not going to be doing them on DSP Gaming. You don't have to worry about that. Okay? Okay. Got another tip. Jeez. When I played Dead by Daylight again, I would love to see that. We played it during the Halloween Marathon. It seemed very appropriate to play then. As I told you guys, I actually liked how it looked because it looked like they had updated it and it was running much better. It had a wide cast of characters now. When I played it when it was first, many years ago on Xbox One, there was only a few killers. Now there's a ridiculous amount, which is kind of cool. But I don't know. Would anyone want to see it as anything at a regular occurrence? Personally, I liked the game. I was playing it and people told me to stop playing it. They didn't like it. That's why I stopped playing it to begin with. So if you guys like it and ever wanted to see it, let's make a case for it. Okay. Then I got another $1 tip. If you would like to do a one-off playthrough of Breakers Collection for Friday Night Fights, it's 2 fighting games from the Neo Geo arcades. I'm willing to provide a code for you. It goes to Super Turbo if that sweetens the deal. So what games is this? Breakers Collection? I guess I have to look into this. I don't know anything about it. I guess it just came out. You guys are talking about it. Breakers Collection. So you're saying it's a game called The Breakers? And it's a collection of 2 games? It doesn't really sound familiar, but you know, back in the day, SNK did put out quite a lot of fighting games, and I certainly didn't play a lot of them. Like I played Fatal Fury, and it's on all its spin-offs. I played King of Fighters. I played Samurai Showdown, Art of Fighting, Kazuna Encounter, World Heroes. I mean, they put out so many, so I'm trying to think of all the ones that they had, and I didn't really hear about this one. Yeah. So, yeah, I can't really say. They mean Breakers. The sequel is called Breakers Revenge. Breakers Revenge sounds familiar. Did I ever play this? You know, I can't say I remember playing this one. It certainly looks like Street Fighter. It looks like World Heroes. But I don't remember playing this one. Apparently, this is a collection that just came out, huh? Interesting. All right. Well, thanks for telling me. Again, I'll have to look into it more because I was not aware of it until this morning. Okay. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We gotta end the show. We gotta get started with Need for Speed. All right. Here's the deal. Today it's Need for Speed Unbound. Let's make our final decision on the game by the end of the stream, and it's Warzone tonight on the late stream, which I'm excited for. Tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, I think it is now time to set it in stone. Tomorrow, I will be playing Fortnite. We're going to play Fortnite all day tomorrow and see how it goes. We're going to buy the banana hammock outfit and we're going to do conga lines throughout the world. No. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to, this is a risk. It's definitely a risk. I don't know if it's going to come out with a reward that I'm intending, but I hope it does. I hope we get an amazing playthrough out of it. All right? We're going to be doing One Piece tomorrow. I think I'm going to get it tonight and we're going to load it. And One Piece Odyssey begins tomorrow. We pick up right where we left off with the demo. And we give it a shot. And if it goes well, great. And if it doesn't, well, I guess I look like an idiot. But I've been listening to your feedback, and it seems like in general there's an audience for it. They want to see it. They claim they'll support it. They claim they'll engage. You know, I'm down for it. All right? Let's give it a shot tomorrow and see how it goes. Friday night, I forgot to mention this, the return of Friday Night Fights. Tomorrow night we're doing a late night stream of fighting game fun in the Capcom Fighting Collection. We're going to give it a shot, see if we can play some people. I don't know if we'll find anyone. I hope we do. But I want to give it a shot and see if we can actually play anybody in the game and do some old school fighting games. So then Saturday will be the premiere of Elder Scrolls Oblivion. The Oblivion playthrough will officially start on Saturday, okay? And then Saturday night we'll do more. Saturday night is the conclusion of Resident Evil 1 Remake, all right? Sunday, all right, we have to determine what new survival horror game I am playing. Will it be Resident Evil 0 or Signalis? We have to determine this for Sunday. Sunday night, I'm not streaming because Sunday night I have to film all the private Patreon videos for my patrons. All right? And then Monday, Tuesday, we will alternate basically between One Piece and I guess either Elder Scrolls or the horror game. And whatever we don't play as a daytime stream will be a night stream one of those days. Okay? Fair enough? Does that sound good? Great Fox, I like that picture you made for me. I haven't had a chance to download it to my PC yet, but I saw it on my phone. I really like it. I think it's fun. And I will have to start using it probably tomorrow. Okay? All right. Does that all make sense? And again, you know, this is my return podcast. I know it went longer. We had a lot to talk about, but I hope this makes sense. Does that sound good to all of you? All All right. I hope it sounds good. All right, guys. So thank you very much. And I hope that this makes sense. Let's determine Need for Speed Unbound, yes or no. Which survival horror game? All right. We have some things to talk about. We have to figure this out. All right. So two burning questions that need answers. Maybe we need some Tafactin Tinactin or something for them. I don't know. But let's apply the Tinactin and let's get our answers so that way we can concretely make the schedule for the rest of the week. Sound good? Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the podcast. Stay cool. Okay. Let's get set up, everyone. I am going to briefly use the restroom, but it will only be like a minute or two, and then we're going to jump right into gameplay. This will not be a formal break or anything like that. Here we go. Here we are. Let's get this centered. Cool. All right, and we're going to get started in a sec. All right. Give me a second to just use the restroom. We'll be right back, and we're going to jump into Need for Speed Unbound. Again, it's the final, well, it's the last chance to see if we really want to continue it. I wasn't sold after that last stream. I want to play it one more time. You guys let me know what you think, and we'll go from there. I'll be right back. Okay, everybody, I am back. Looks like Raging Boar did a super chat while I was gone. Thank you to Raging Boar. I appreciate that. So let's go ahead and do that. Here we go. Okay. So get set up here. And here we are. Nick, I guess you really did miss the podcast. I did announce that I'm playing One Piece tomorrow. I'm actually going to buy it later today and preload it here on my Xbox and get it going for tomorrow. We're actually going to do a full stream of it. Less than 8 hours left. Oh, good, because I'm not buying. It's good. But yes, we're playing it starting tomorrow, and it's going to be a playthrough that I balance with everything else. It's unclear if it'll end up being on mainstream all the time, or if it'll end up being balanced as a night stream and day stream back and forth. We'll see. Well, I do Oblivion DLCs. Again, I keep telling you guys, I don't know anything about the Oblivion DLCs. All right, I can't answer that. Right now, I don't want to commit to that because I don't want to say, oh, we're taking a playthrough that may already be 50, 60 hours and I'll make it 80 instead. I don't want to do that. Let's play the game, see how well it's received, see how well it does. If we're going into the playthrough and we're a good amount in, if people want to see more, maybe then we'll do the DLC. But I'm not going to commit to that now. We didn't even start yet. We got to play the game first. So, okay. By the way, I need to lower my webcam. Correct? Remember last time it was blocking some of the stuff. So let's lower it to right here. I think. I can't see. This background sucks. Hold on. The garage. Oh, there we go. The garage background sucks to try to do my camera. I couldn't tell.
Shooting too expensive.
Is it good? No, it needs to move up.
I already have all the tools.
I said up, not right. Oh, that's the wrong thing. There we go. Is that better? That looks pretty good, right? Okay, that should be better. All right, back to the game. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready? Stupid thing. All right, let's start recording. I'm going to give everyone an update, the on-demand viewers, and we'll go from there. Here we go. All right, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to Need for Speed Unbound. So I gave this game a shot last time. If you remember, I played it for around 3 hours on the EA Play trial. We have 10 hours to play it. I got some interesting feedback after that first session. A lot of people like the gameplay mechanics of the game and the graphics, but basically saying, man, this story being very hipster-esque, very Fast and the Furious culture-esque, it's for a niche audience, you know what I'm saying? For me, it doesn't really resonate because I'm not into car culture. So for me, it's kind of like, meh. Previous Need for Speed games that I played resonated a lot better, I feel. But I guess what they were doing is they were really trying to appeal to that kind of culture, right? Let's see how it does today. I'm going to play it for another 3 hours. I'm definitely going to give it another chance, but let's see how it goes. And if it goes well, maybe we will keep it in the rotation as something that we play for every once in a while. But if not, no risk because it's a trial, right? Now, the other thing is, this is kind of important. Sadly, this game is 100% licensed music. And when I played it last time, we were very curious how would that translate to the playthrough. Every video of this game I've uploaded was fully claimed on YouTube, and I lost all rights to those videos, meaning other companies literally own this playthrough right now. Okay? There's nothing I can do about that. That's how YouTube works. But I'd say if you're enjoying the playthrough, if you would consider maybe supporting it another way, as simple as liking the videos, leaving comments on them, use engagement to the channel, at least maybe we'll bring some other viewers and check out the content. You could always look at the description of the video and consider leaving a tip. I would say leave a super thanks, but you can't on YouTube. If a video gets claimed, they take away your super thanks ability too. So that doesn't even work, okay? So it is what it is. If I completely turn off all of the music, we'd be playing silent Need for Speed. I mean, is that what you guys want? I don't think so. Let's continue. Now, one final thing as well. Last time around, the last thing we did is we took the money that we had earned and we upgraded the car. So the car should be getting gradually better every time that we play, as long as we keep putting money into upgrades, all right? So as of now, the only race we can do is this one because we don't have any money. But once we start doing more of these races, we should earn enough money to keep upgrading the car, and then the car should get better and better. Then hence we can do more races and do better placings and things like that, okay?
How you living?
In the fast lane.
How you living?
That's what I want to hear. So Major Talent is planning on taking over a district tonight.
Major talent? What, like a racer?
Huh?
No.
It's gonna seal speedy. Let's just say.
The only thing leaving the phone.
It's all part of the team.
So what's the deal tonight?
No cops. Only racers.
No cops. How they manage that?
I don't know. Those type of questions. All I know is it's concrete. And you gotta bring some style. You know that thing cool people have?
Oh, right. Yeah, cool.
Exactly. Some advice from one cool cat. Maybe spruce up your wheels a little.
Exactly.
The show, right?
Look, I like my ride.
Aw, I know you do. But this ain't the 90s anymore.
As what we've been saying, we gotta win races, get money, and then upgrade the car. We'll never succeed, right? What's going on, Derek? How are you today? Welcome. Is today your birthday, Derek? Is today the big day? If so, happy birthday. Welcome, and I hope you're having a good day so far. I'm sure you're gonna have a good celebration there with your family, right? You want me to sing happy birthday to Derek? It is. He's 21. All right, ready? We're going to sing a different version of happy birthday. Ready? It goes, dun, 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 dun. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy day. Happy birthday, Derek. Okay. Right for me then. All right. Here we go. I should not be challenging anyone. I have no money. It would be a very bad idea to challenge someone. An individual bet when I only have $300. By the way, that was just a variation of the Happy Happy Joy Joy song from Ren and Stimpy, if you're not aware. Okay. All right, here we go. I don't know why this guy is toasting us. Like a toast. Oh, don't toast me, son of a bitch. I hate you. Wow, the nitrous literally does nothing. I used it. It didn't affect anything at all. By the way, I would like to say now that I played this last time, I've watched back the videos of the first session, and the first session looked great. What happens is now, when I'm in these action-packed games, we don't lose frame rate anymore. Instead, the game just blurs up a little bit of pixelization, which is a much better alternative, in my opinion, than the game chopping up and becoming very, almost like a slideshow or stuttering. So, hey, I'm okay with that. I hope that you guys enjoyed the quality because I felt like the quality was much better. And thank you for the feedback. This new capture device just seems to be a win all around, right? It seems like everything is just much better. Now it's on, bro. Surprisingly, I'm in third place. That is a surprise. The thing is, I can't really catch these guys. I'm trying, but I can't really catch these guys in heavy. It seems like they just have some kind of a speed advantage with their vehicles, right? Where 63%, I haven't, I'm not making any headway to catch up to them at all. And here I'm drifting, I'm here, I'm turboing. I can't catch them. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what the game intends for me to catch them because nothing's happening, that's for sure.
I still think I'm gonna win.
Look at that, look how far ahead they are. I had zero opportunity to ever catch them, so I got third. Third's still okay, but there was like no opportunity to catch them at all. Okay. Derek, no problem. Let us know what you're up to today. Anything special for your birthday? I think this is the first time I've placed higher than predicted, isn't it? Okay. He's gonna have He's gonna have lobster, fried rice, and Peking duck rolls with hoisin sauce and sliced cucumber. Dude, that sounds amazing. You're having a cool dinner, man. That sounds good to me, man. I would love that for a birthday dinner. Dang.
Here we go again, baby.
Here we go again. Same old shit, dog, just a different day. Here we go again. DMX for you. Little music stylings of DMX. A man from my youth. He taught me a lot. Nothing that I can actually apply in my real life, but oh, I actually got, wait a minute. I got a 1-star rating. Got one of those that got some money. Did you see that? Oh, wow.
Belongs to a buddy of mine. He wants to see what this supercar's got.
Whoa, that's a sweet ride. Your buddy's not messing around. Send me the deeds.
All right, we're going to do a car. It's a 3,000 reward, which is good. We got to do that. Okay. I know. Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, DMX has passed away. It's sad. American cheesecake. Yeah, Derek said he never had cheesecake before. I'm curious what you'll think about cheesecake. Cheesecake's definitely unique. Some people really love it. Some people don't. I think it's okay. It depends on what toppings it has, actually. So I'm curious what you think about that. Anyway, happy birthday, Derek. And a couple tips came in. I think we also hit our likes goal. Let's do all this. So a $2 tip has come in from Lady Charisma. Here's a small tip. When you're in the garage, you can add custom-made paint jobs from the community. It's free to add them. It's a thing that you can add some spice to your ride with. Thank you. We'll have to look for that. After I do a few jobs here, I definitely want to go back and try to upgrade the car again, try to get it to the A rank and continue with the story. So thank you for that. And then we've got a $1 tip from Anonymous. I don't mean to bring the stream down. I'm not a fan of this. Doesn't seem interesting, so I support you dropping it. Well, hey, listen, you're free to express your opinion. I'm going to give it a shot. We're going to see today what everyone thinks by the end of today's 3-hour stream and go from there. But again, there's no commitment to having to keep playing this because it's a demo. At the same time, I'm kind of middle of the road about it because I have enjoyed the gameplay of it. So we'll see. And then we did it our 100 likes, guys. Thank you for the 100 likes. Thanks for the engagement on the stream today. As you know, when we hit 100 likes, I do a celebratory bubble blow here for you. What the heck? What happened? That was a heck of a dud. Wow. I think the air is too cold today to blow bubbles. Yeah, I can't. I'm trying. Sorry, guys. I tried. That was a very crappy bubble blow, but I think it's because there's wind and air today, in the cold air. These bubbles seem to blow better when it's no wind and warmer air. And it's very cool. It's kind of cold today. All right. So thank you to those who have liked the stream. I really appreciate that. And let's continue on now. We're gonna do this. Get a car delivery mission, correct? Jimmy, we have made a decision. Tomorrow, I will be playing One Piece. We're gonna give it a shot. I hope it works out. I'm buying the whole game, so I do hope it works out as a playthrough.
And what do you got?
They ain't big time, but they ain't small time either. We need to know who's putting up the cash for the Lakeshore Grand. But you should just focus on your game. Let me worry about the rest.
Right. She's going to figure out who's putting up the money for the race that we're trying to crash. And in the meantime, we're trying to win minor races to upgrade the car, give you a good enough rank to actually advance the story. That's what we're up to right now. So let's go get this job, do the car delivery job for right now. $3,000 pretty darn good. We qualified. 1 star. We have some more money. Good. Oh, sorry about that. Qualified and murdered a whole family of 4, destroying their family, their SUV. Oops. But I made $250. So that's what it's all about, right? That's all that matters. Pretty bad stuff. Okay. Steak Sandwiches, we got your back. Thank you, Steak Sandwich. I don't know what you have my back with, but I appreciate that. Maybe you're not going to tell the police about the family of 4 I just hit. That would be very nice of you. Keep your mouth shut. You saw nothing, right? I didn't see anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Hello, Xenothology. How are you today? This is the car? Wait a minute. Isn't this our car from before? Is this not our car? Are we stealing back our own car? I think we are. Look. Unless it's just by insane coincidence, it's the same skin, right? Rhino's rides, deliver the ride. Nico says, why not make another Game Pass account to play another 10 hours for free? See, that's not how it works. Your game progress is tied to your Xbox Live account, so you wouldn't be able to do that. That's why. 6 years, do you remember your 21st birthday? I don't. I honestly don't. It was almost 20 years ago, almost half my life ago. And I don't really remember it at all. I don't recall what I did, if I did anything special. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I had already been drinking in my life before I was 21. So it wasn't like, oh, it's my 21st birthday, time to get sloshed. Like, nah, I'd already kind of been drinking since I was like 18. So it wasn't a big deal to me. It wasn't like some big thing that I could do for the first time or anything. I actually have no recollection of what I did at all. Lambo's pretty fast. Woo! Definitely faster than the car I was driving. I don't remember what car I was driving. What was that, a Nissan or something? Thanks, Sandwich. Thank you for the gifted membership. Who got it? It's Genetics. Genetics. Oh! Genetics got to get the membership. Congratulations, Genetics, on the gifted membership. Boy! I got to pay attention to the racing game, huh? That was close. Oh, close. Oh, no! Cookie crisp. Damn, I got owned. How the hell are they going to tell me I didn't fail? How can you tell me I didn't fail the mission when I had a head-on collision with a friggin' truck? Kind of forgiving. Here we make gold? Oh my god, we're going to make gold. Nice. Even head-on collision, we made gold. Was I blackout drunk? I have never been blackout drunk in my life once. Thankfully. I know some friends who used to drink so much that had their stomach pumped. I never got that bad. So Derek says that he shares the same birthday with Howard Stern, Naya Rivera, who played Santana in Glee, who passed away, Jeff Bezos, Rob Zombie, and Kirstie Alley. Interesting. Jeff D said he didn't even drink on his 21st birthday. Again, I don't remember. I literally have zero recollection of my 21st birthday. I couldn't tell you who I was with, what I was doing. I don't know. But I made $3,000 on that car delivery. That I can tell you.
Event score's right where it should be.
And faster than I could have done it. It's nice to be getting back to work again after, well, you know, customers coming back, and you're a big part of it.
It's the least I can do.
Hey,
Okay.
the past is a past.
Dude, you should print that on some t-shirts.
And give them away free with all the changes. Later.
Who the hell would want a t-shirt that says the past is the past with an oil change? What? Here's what we can't do. Excuse me. This is what we can do. A 1,500 buy-in. And as long as I make 6th place, I at least get my money back. There's also a drifting event? Huh. Who's the master of the drift? A street race and a drifting event. We can do either one. There's also one here that's an easy money event. Power. Maybe we should do the easy money events first, just to see how much money we have before we do the harder ones. Let's do that. Let's do this easy money event. Excuse me. Okay. I seem like an introvert. And it depends. It depends on the time of my life. Sometimes I've been an introvert. Sometimes I've been an extrovert. Like, I was the outgoing guy when I was in the Street Fighter community. I was the guy who would motivate all the people in Connecticut to go to a tournament. I'd be like, listen, I'll book the hotel. I'll drive. I'll get us all registered. Let's go. And then I would, go pick everyone up, and we would go to a tournament together. I was the motivator. But there's other times in my life, like now that I'm older, I do honestly prefer to have a more introverted life with my family, of course, But I'm not really about going out and doing things on the town or anything like that anymore. As I'm older, things change over time, right? Calder Jr. says doing the drift events is very hard without the proper car. I'm good to know. Maybe I shouldn't do it then. I took a shit. Just to me, $1.25 says I'm rewatching the show Grimm on Amazon Prime. It's a great show. I watched the whole show. I liked Grimm. Although I do think that some of the writing wasn't as good near the end. I did enjoy the show overall. It's an interesting show about basically like living monsters living in society and hiding out, and looking like people, but they're really not. It's pretty interesting how there's witches, there's zombies, there's mutants like humans, werewolves, all kinds of shit. And it's all based on like Grimm's fairy tales, and all those creatures from Grimm's fairy tales are in it. It's pretty interesting. Okay. Continue. What's this? Wrong direction. Never mind. Wait. Middle. It's hard to tell sometimes where to go on the GPS. Just as confusing as real life. Jade says, thank you for playing One Piece Odyssey tomorrow. I don't care about any trolls or whatever. I will be here. Thank you, Jade. I'm glad to know that. Again, I made the decision on today's podcast. I will be playing One Piece Odyssey starting tomorrow. I hope that you guys will support the decision. It seems like a lot of people said they would be supportive of said playthrough if I did it, which is kind of one of the reasons why I'm doing it. I actually got a lot of comments on my videos over the last 2 days. People saying, nah, this looks good. We actually want a nice, chill JRPG. We're down for that. So, okay. Look at this idiot. Anyway, I'm not going to say anything about how dumb that was. Okay. Stupid idiot. All right. Sometimes all you can do is laugh at the stupidity of people on the internet. That's all you can do, man. Jeez. All righty. We're heading to this race that's supposed to be a no-risk race. It's money or nothing. And then maybe after that, we'll determine if we do want to risk some money on a race or if we want to bank our money and go buy some more upgrades for the car. What a waste of a good super chat. No, it's worse than that. It's what a waste of a good brain. Because every human starts with a good, fully functioning brain. It's what they do with it that really is the sad fact that you see so many people who just squander their time on Earth. You know, what can you do? Jason, that was Jasper. He's good. He's rambunctious today. Multiple times he's tried to sneak into the office to be here, and I keep telling him I'd be okay with him in the office, except if I close the door, he'll freak out. You know, Kat is here today. She's not working today, so I'm not going to have him in the office. All right, here's the meetup. Race time. Am I going to be playing Warzone with everything else in rotation? Yes, Warzone will remain in the main rotation. You guys seem to like it. It seems like it's my one multiplayer experience that's consistent right now. There's no reason to not keep Warzone in the rotation. So the thing is, though, we're not playing it again for a bit. I'm playing it tonight. Then tomorrow I'm doing fighting games. Saturday night is the conclusion of Resident Evil 1 Remake. Sunday I can't stream. So Monday night will be the next Warzone stream, just so you guys know. Okay. Once again, I think all I will do here, we'll just do this, the minimal challenge, 250. Okay. All right, here we go again. Why is my camera so far from the edge of the screen? I don't know what's going on with the camera. Hold on. Let me, I don't know why. Look. Yeah, it should be like that. I don't know why it's so far away. That's weird. I guess I screwed with it or something. All right, here we go. It's a little better. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, whoa, man. Why did they have to do that to me only? You notice that? You notice that the traffic does not interact with the other cars. It literally only hinders me. What the hell is up with that? How is that fair? Look, they can easily avoid all traffic, but me, it's like the traffic is aiming for me. That's messed up, man. Okay. I could drift. I don't see a reason to right now. I'm at a good speed. they're like wrecking shit up ahead. I don't know what they're doing. Well, that worked. That helped me with the turn, and it knocked them off their track, so that was good. Once again, though, watch me never catch these guys in first to second. I almost guarantee it. It just seems like the people in first to second, you have no ability to catch up to until you tune your car. Oh, they wrecked. Well, I'm second now. Where's the guy in first? That must be him up there. There you go. Yeah, look, how am I supposed to catch him? Look how far ahead he is. It's pretty ridiculous how far ahead of he is. How would I ever catch him? Good God. Dude, he's like a block away. Nah, forget that. I'm getting second. There's nothing you can do about that. Again, it certainly seems to me like it's a weird mechanic that you can't seem to ever catch up, right? Weird. Interesting music, right? Okay. What happened? The music stopped. I was enjoying that music. Okay. I was enjoying that music. Oh, now we gotta lose a cop. Club music. So the cop's not after me. Should we do another race or should we bank what we have? We have a good amount. 7,200 is a good amount. Maybe I should just bank what I have and try to upgrade again. Yeah, let's do that. Let's bank what we've got. Because I think if I take a good amount, like between 7,000 and 10,000 every time I do this, and I bank it, I can probably get 2-3 upgrades each time. I would hope.
Go ahead and watch.
Okay. Shit. Oh yeah, that totally wasn't fast enough. I consider upgrading instead of buying a car. I am upgrading. I'm not buying a new car. I'm tuning my car up. That's exactly what I'm doing. Everything's here. Sorry, Rydell. I didn't wreck your fence, but I did. Okay. Oh, really? Derek says last time he was watching a podcast where Jason David's friend's daughter and his friends were all talking about, I guess, a movie he was in, Legend of the White Dragon. I'm not into the Power Ranger stuff, man. That's all right over my head. I don't even know what that stuff is. So, what was this?
So, I'm still unclear. Okay, how's the kid gonna get the car back?
I'm hearing he has never backed down from a challenge. Apparently.
What is this?
Well, we got along. I mean, used to.
We just have to capture the perfect moment.
I don't know. Let's tune up this style. There's new driving effects unlocked. Oh, really? New tags? What new one? What new one did I unlock? Witness Me. There, I clicked that one. And then it says new, but nothing says new. Look, what new does it say here? Oh, what is this? Your tag is applied to all your rides. Look at this. dollar signs come off your car. All right. Let's equip that one. I don't even know how I got that. Performance. Parts again, right? So what do we want to do? How much money do we have? We have 7,500. So we already got basic. Could we do this? Yeah, look. Whoa. This one is how much? Nah, I can't. It's locked. This one would up my rating by about 8, and it's 2750. That's not bad. This would up my rating by, whoa, a ton, but it's very expensive. This would get us into A tier. Why not? We're in A tier, which is all we needed to do to advance the story. But of course, I'm going to continue to do races and try to get more money and upgrade my car. I don't think I can really afford anything else right now. I have the sport equipped here. Yeah, I don't think I can afford anything else. They're all way too expensive. Okay. Hey, I got us into A tier though, right? There you go. Okay. Jay loves this. I'm glad to hear that, Jay. Okay, so we upgraded. We're now rank A. Sport upgrade. Unlock your guard potential by unlocking sport parts. That's unlocked. For 7,500, we can unlock the pro level. See that? Interesting. You might want to do that. Okay. You can get back out there for night events. So now, again, once again, we don't have a lot of money, but these are free. See that? This is rank A. Paint the city black. This is a new one. Drift, jump, hit smashables, and try to get the biggest score. This is new, and this is free. Let's give it a shot, right? Oh boy, Garrett says I share my birthday with Candace Cameron Burr or Beer from Full House. Oh boy, how exciting! Anyway, 1 Minute Man, thank you very much for a $20 tip. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. And you are the top contributor of the day so far. 1 Minute Man, let's put on the leaderboard. And that will get us to 66 hits. So we hit our tier 1 goal, which is beginner glasses. Thank you for that. Also, Cole Wood. I don't know, the whole birthday phenomenon, never a big deal to me. It's like, okay, so I was born, right? Wow. Oh, you're the same day you were born as another person. Like, woohoo. I don't know. I never thought it was a big deal. Maybe I'm just a stick in the mud. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. Thank you for the support so far today. I appreciate that.
Open the fucking door! I need my
Let's continue.
uniform!
Let's go. Let's try this the takeover. Earning points increases your multiplier. Stop earning it, times out, keep your multiplier alive. Why does this sound, dude? This sounds exactly like Forza. Is it just me, or do all these events sound like Forza events?
Oh my god, I can't have my hands full.
What?
Juggling cars.
Oh, for real? You never said you had circus skills?
I'm driving.
Oh, snap. So just remember everything I'm about to drop on you exactly, okay? High-stakes events are a big buy-in, but a bigger reward. That comes with big risks. Every event to you against another racer. Show them the whites of your eyes. Marathons use the whole city. Lakeshore's your playground. Then there's winner takes all and endurance.
Wait, what? To the what?
Just checking your list.
To the death.
The basic is lots of events, lots of ways to make money. Go do so. And a little tip from my 3 years of clown college. Always never wanted more.
You went to clown college?
Well, how else do you think I can get 20 people in one car?
Some of this writing is so bad. You thought clown college was a funny line? I guess they did. They thought that clown college was hilarious in 2023. Okay, then. All right, we're gonna give this a shot. So you got to drift, jump, hit smashables, and try to get your the biggest score. No, I'm not gonna be risking any additional money because I've never done this event before. I don't even really understand it. Let's see.
See out here, street style.
Wow.
Old-fashioned, old-fashioned. So about the love for passion.
The love for passion? Or what about the passion for love? Is that forbidden? What the fuck is he talking about? He literally said absolutely nothing the entire time, right? Who is that? Who is it? That's ASAP Rocky. Who the fuck is ASAP Rocky? Like I don't think that guy possibly could have said less. It was every cliche thing I've ever heard.
Check it out, let's go. Next up is the test to see who's the best. Let's see who got the whole field on rock. Give him up. Hurry now. Let's go.
I don't get it. Like, am I trying to break these or what the fuck am I doing? I guess I'm trying to hit the barrels. That's the goal, is the barrels are big points or something, I guess. Purple paint? The purple paint for some reason is valuable. Well, I missed the barrels there, so I'm fucked. I missed again. What the hell? I missed everything. Wow, my score is terrible because I missed all the items. That was it. This event looks like shit. I missed again, or did I hit it? I couldn't even tell. You can't even really like see the stuff you're supposed to be hitting. Lap 2 and 3. Oh, great. I guess in the purple comes for fun, huh? We're gonna get so many points when I hit the purple, it's crazy. Alright. What about these? I don't know if those count or not. Well, I guess they do. Those lights count too. Okay. Combo bonus? I got a combo? I did? Sure I did. There you go. Drifted to all that shit. Wrong way? What the fuck? Why put a target there if it's the wrong fucking way? How did that make sense? I have no idea, but okay. I missed all those items. Final lap. So I gotta try to hit as many things I haven't hit yet in this final lap. There we go. Some wings. I keep missing those little cone things. This here, see? Okay, there we go. Now I'm in third. I don't think I'm gonna get to second though. I'm guessing by the end you should have hit every item, right? Like that's the goal. You should hit like literally every item in the game. And that's how you actually score. I don't know. This is really the most interesting event actually. How did I miss that? Oh my god, I totally missed. Did you want to keep drifting? Okay. And 91,000, I think. Not very good. Hello, Nathan. How are you?
I put it to you like this. I'd rather put money on my grandmother.
He'd rather put money on his grandmother. I feel like if I did it again, I'd do a little better because I understand trying to hit everything, and I think you want to keep drifting, right? Conjures is keep your multiplier high crash initiate you boost to prevent your multiplier from disappearing, even if you miss out, the multiplier gets you points. You're supposed to be drifting. Ah. There you go. Okay. So now cars are after me. I don't know why. We were on like a closed course, not on the streets causing any problems, yet somehow the cops are after me. Figure that out. Okay, where am I now? I'm there. Okay. Well, everything's far away. Can't do this race because it's B tier only. That's interesting. This was like 2,200 buy-in. It claims I could do it. I guess, okay. I guess between the two, I have enough money. See that? Nah, this is also B tier locked. So I can only do one race. That's it. I guess we'll do it. I guess we'll do the one race. What else am I going to do, right? Okay. It's illegal? Nope.
Absolutely.
What is that? A safe house? Okay. On the way. We're doing a safe house run. All right, let's do the safe house run, see how it goes. Is that house with pain in the background? I don't know. Oh, shit!
So, the community have been setting challenges for each other.
I'm listening.
You beat it, they'll pay out.
Really? Sounds too easy.
Okay. Then I expect to be rolling around with the better C notes at the end of every day.
Okay. Derek says, usually to carry on my wayward son, and what would Brian Boitano do? What the? I was talking about two different songs. Carry on my wayward son, an amazing song from a real band. What would Brian Boitano do? It's from the South Park movie soundtrack. Now that's really weird. What would Brian Boitano do? What would Brian Boitano do if he were here today? I bet he'd kick an ass or two. That's what Brian Boitano do. That's what Brian Boitano do. Very nice. Check. Now, I can't tell where the GPS wants me to go right now. Left? I guess left. It's hard sometimes with all these roads that are right next to each other. It's very difficult to figure it out. Trying to oncoming traffic. Oh, come on. I wanted the speed track. I didn't like that. I don't really know if I'm going much faster than when I was in B rank, honestly. This underpass actually reminds me of New York City. New York City has a similar underpass just like this. How far away is our objective? Is that right here? Oh, yeah. Okay. Weeb in need? The game is actually calling this guy a weeb? That's fucked up. That's messed up. Why are they doing that, right? Avoid the cops. A 2-star rating for this, huh? All right.
Hey, Moose. Heard you needed a boost. Original. Can you get me out of here fast? What I do? need it then. But don't mind trouble. You and me both.
Try to avoid these cops.
Yeah. So, look, I'm not gonna lie. You seem a little shy. Doesn't that go against street racing? I know. Does it? Yeah. Usually after being chased by the cops, the adrenaline's really pumping. People generally don't stop talking. So, what got you into it? Saw this anime when I was a kid. It really stuck with me. Oh yeah, like a cartoon. A cartoon? It's not a cartoon.
Anime is not a cartoon? What?
What's it about? It was set in the village in Japan. These two
Right.
work together until, bam! One of them betrays the other. After that, they battle it out to win the final race. Damn. Maybe I should check that out. How on that is? You have no idea. I've never seen anything like it before. The colors, that art style, amazing. You seem pretty hyped about it. It was like someone turned on a switch in my brain. You've never seen any anime? I didn't get to watch much growing up. Dang. I can recommend some stuff to you if you're interested. Yeah. I
We'll right by that cop.
It's amazing. Life-changing.
They're talking about anime. People are thinking he's talking about Initial D. You think so?
It really does sound like it had a positive impact. Me too.
Initial D, the anime? This is supposed to be the racing anime, right? Maybe it was.
Did you know that 60% of the world's animation is anime? Not until now.
One way to do it. Look at that. We didn't even get to see one cop. We outrun not even a cop came after us. That was pretty good, huh? I'll say. New save house unlocked. Oh, nice.
Anytime. Look, I'm gonna hit you up with some recommendations, all right? You know, you really don't have to. Most of my spare time is going into racing, so no, it's okay. I don't mind. I'll send you some recs. Trust me, you'll love them.
Cool. Lanuli says, yes, Initial D was a racing anime. You can thank it for inflating the prices of 1980s 86 Corollas to the tens of thousands. Wow. Ooh, excuse me. Nah, Derek, I don't know. Carry on my wayward son that well. All right. So what do we have that we can do? Just this one, right? Which is fine because that's actually where we were heading. A speed race. All right, and then after that, I guess we banked for the night. Kind of sucks that there's nothing else really going on. Everything else is for B racers, and we're an A racer already. All right, so let's do this one more, and then we'll probably end the night. See what's available the next day, right? All right. Oh, it's annoying. Cops, you gotta avoid them all. But they're always like in the way. See, like this asshole. Get out of the way, man. He's driving right where I need to go. I gotta stay behind the cops so I don't alert him. No Super Vibes. I have not seen anything about the Breakers collection. People told me about it on the podcast today, but I don't know what those games are. I never played them, I guess. And Derek says, I like the music of the South Park movie. I own the soundtrack, and I used to listen to it actively, so I'd say yes. I was a very impressionable youth. Let's put it that way. Okay. No, once again, I'm not going to be risking any money. I've not done this race before, so no risk for me. The South Park movie, I thought it was really good. If you like the old school South Park, like from the 90s,
Okay.
you'll love the South Park movie. I don't know if South Park is still like that today, though. Hello, Hero. I am
waiting for headlights coming from San Antonio were supposed to be here yesterday. Then I'll have my car working. I don't charge anything, you just bring the shit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying you bring me like a 6-pack or some shit. And that's fine.
Nitrous.
I like doing all that shit.
Alright, I should pass the couple of them with that
Alright. Alright. Well,
whoa, shit!
That sounds fine.
That sucked. Flew off the goddamn road and screwed me over.
I'm saying, Julie's in town this weekend. So, if the girls want to see Julie, then she can be in town. Marcia was asking about it yesterday.
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh shit.
So,
that sucked. I lost all my momentum.
My
There's no way I'm catching up. This blows.
Ask the girls or whatever you want to do.
I was doing good, man.
Julie will be in town. And she wants to see the girls.
That's it. I'll never catch up to them now.
Alright, well, you got her number.
Well, like
so
a keep fifth, at least I'll make like $4,000, which is pretty darn good.
So I don't want to.
Right?
Tell
But I
her
think I have to pay
something and
$2,200 to
change
enter,
your
so
mind
I'm not going to
around,
make that
I don't
much.
want to be on a hook if you don't want to do it. So I'm saying you contact her and let her know. Because I'm sure the girl, I know the girls like Aunt Julie and alright.
Oh no, I did it again. Okay,
Alright.
that was cool. I didn't drive off the road this time. Thank God.
What?
Come on, I want to stay in fourth. I don't think I'm going to catch third. Third's way ahead. This is the turn right here that I drove off of. What the fuck? How the hell did they just blow by me like that? That didn't make any sense at all. Did you see that shit? That made absolutely no sense in any way. Wow. Well, I'm in third, but I don't think I'm catching first or second. So, well, third place is not bad for a first run on a race like this, the faster one. Not bad. Look at that. Okay. All right, I have 3,300. Not bad. I still have to pay 2,200 to enter, but that's a pretty good amount of money made. Now here's the thing. Now we're done for the day, right? Like now I have to bank this. What? How the fuck did they see me? How in the hell do they have a view that large? Did you see?